Can I? Fuck. I sound so
Can
low.
you hear yourself? Because I can't hear me for shit.
I cannot hear me.
Can you not hear you? Oh, now I can hear me, I think. As soon as that pops and the pops and the pops and the popsicles. And then there I am.
There you are.
I hear myself. Oh, shit. Robert gave me a voice boost.
There we go.
Are you ready?
How? Oh, there, yeah. Actually, your thing brought down the whole thing. In
a world where we've all run out of toilet paper.
Yeah. We are recording, just so you know.
Oh, shit. I had no idea. Okay.
Wow, I'm loud.
No, you're not. You're good. You're fucking good, brah.
Thanks, buddy.
In a world where...
You need to do this right.
In a world.
Where Corona
Corona.
took all the masculine men. I am the only survivor.
With your toilet paper is not your own. I don't know.
Do it right.
I don't even know what to say.
Come on, you're a voice actor.
In a world that does what?
In a world where nobody wipes their ass anymore. You shower your butt
with your
brain farts.
I don't know who these guys were. They came here and they took everything from me.
How am I going to wipe my ass with no paper?
With no paper. By using my towels. I don't know. Terrible. Let's not use that.
Yeah, let's not use it. Ever.
In a world. No. Welcome back to the 85th episode of the Sketchbook Heroes with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert.
And together we are
the Sketchbook
Heroes.
The Sketchbook Heroes. Sketchbook. Toilet paper heroes.
Toilet paper. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. In collaboration with 21 Draw.
21 Draw.
So buy their book. It's like 300 pages you could wipe your ass with after you're done learning.
Yeah, and silky smooth. Smooth. Very good. Very good stuff. Quality.
You could probably wash them off as well because the paper is so glossy, you know, like you get
exactly.
that nice finish.
Reuse.
Save the environment.
Because
in a world where you're out of toilet paper,
21 Draw supplies you with everything you need. Yes. So even while wiping your ass, you will learn the master's techniques of drawing
with your ass.
Jurassic Park.
I don't know why. Just in my head, I was like, that is a great title for a movie.
Jurassic Park. No.
I'm never going to be able to say Jurassic Park without hearing that in my head now.
Never going to be able to see Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
sweet baby Jesus.
God damn it.
Your ass.
Please just do the fucking intro so we can get along with this, or get on with this now. Intro.
Okay,
intro.
Getting intro
this.
All right. Go music.
Go.
Save this shit. And then wipe.
Wipe the shit.
Wipe this shit off.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons, even with beards and tattoos. You know they haven't changed at all. Failing sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
Back.
And we're back, yeah. Definitely back. Like MC Hammer back. I don't know what that means.
No. I'm like, what?
But yeah, folks, Corona is rampant. And you should all be at home chilling.
Yeah.
And let's skip what I've been doing because I haven't been doing shit.
Oh, really?
I've been like basically just digging in the backyard, and everyone's asking if I'm doing a bunker, which I am not.
Oh, you're not finished with that thing?
No. Apparently, like trying to get a hill off your lawn, that's a lot of dirt. You have to like.
Yeah, where does
like
the
I don't
dirt
even
go?
No,
like,
I just shove it in the fucking like There is like my carpet has like this. My carpet.
You're
My
showing
lawn.
it under your carpet.
No, my lawn. Grass matta.
Yeah.
God damn it. Just
The
what's
lawn.
the lawn.
Yeah.
And like at the edges, it has this like it slants down.
Okay.
And we're just filling that area, so there is no like drop.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's just a tiny thing,
Don't
just
you
like
need-
half a meter.
Don't you need the drop though for like when it rains a lot and it needs to
but
sort of
it'll
escape?
still do that.
Yeah?
It'll still do that. No, and you don't need it to escape. You want it to go down to like the
Yeah, but I
grass.
mean, if it rains a lot, it's gonna like overflow.
Oh no, it's never
No?
gonna overflow. It's just gonna go to the old man's house. It's
yeah.
fine.
Okay, good.
So
The old man needs water anyway.
Yeah, and also grass
And
like,
toilet paper.
You need a lot of water to fucking soak the lawn. So
All right. Well, I don't know anything about the lawn.
neither do I. I'm
maintenance,
just making
so-
this shit up.
Yeah.
Like just like I built the gym. People are like, "Oh, you know so many things. Like, how did you get so handy?" I was like, "This is the first thing I've ever done." Like,
I was born this way.
yeah. Maybe it's Maybelline.
At least somebody else does that. That's good. I do that everywhere. Nobody gets it. Everybody's like, what?
What's
Yeah.
Maybelline?
Exactly. Nobody cares anymore.
It's the makeup for pros. No, just
Yeah.
kidding. No, it isn't.
No.
It's like cheap shit.
Yep.
Cheap shit.
cheap shoes.
Yeah. cheap shoes.
Cheap shoes.
cheap shoes.
So you have only been digging pretty
Yep.
much.
Oh no, I've been playing video games as well.
Oh yeah, I saw
The one game.
Just Cause.
Yes. 3.
Yes, I fucking knew it.
I was-
I saw that story, but you were aiming a bazooka at
The
a
thing
nun.
is, I wasn't aiming at the lady. I was just like flipping through the weapons, and then I was like, how do you use the aiming? Because I just like unlocked a mod, and I just like did it, and then he just zoomed in the bazooka, and that nun was sitting there like super careless, and I was just like so close to her. I was like, that is a perfect picture.
Nice.
But
yeah,
yeah.
that was really good. What have I been doing? Most of the week I had off, and then I worked just Friday and Saturday because Corona. Yeah. But what did we do? We haven't really done that much. Just watching movies. I've been painting a lot on the poster.
Dude, it looked awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's still in like the sketch phase, so I have
I think you
so
should-
much work.
But I think it's good to like you sketch for a while and then you take a break because then you might be able to like fix some of the shit that you don't like.
Yeah.
If you let it sit for a while.
And that's the thing. Like I am really taking my time with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not stressing anything, and also getting started with it. Like I don't want to force myself to just like I have to go there and paint now. Like because it takes all the fun out of it. So I want to get into it nice. But yeah, it is a really daunting process. Like
Dude,
it's
it's
so
so
big.
big, yeah.
It's so big. But yeah, I mean, once I actually get started with it and start working, it's a lot of fun. And I'm just, I put on my music and I sit there in my own little bubble and I draw until I can't be fucked drawing anymore. And then
That's good.
that's what I do.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I haven't done shit. I have started a new project which has nothing to do with anything drawing related, really. I am redoing my balcony,
Cool. What?
fixing it up.
You have a balcony?
Yeah, I do. Well, see, Ilias has been to my house maybe once.
Once. Not twice,
Twice,
actually.
yeah.
Once when we made dinner and once on your 30th birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But yeah, I do have a balcony, but it's in the bedroom. So, like, you have to go through the bedroom, which
that's
is why...
I haven't seen the balcony.
Yeah.
That explains everything. Because I was like, there was no balcony. I remember like tables, windows, kitchen, living room, but no balcony.
Yeah.
And that's why.
But I also have a bedroom, which is nice. Yeah.
I've seen the bedroom. I just didn't pay attention to the balcony.
Well, I don't think you would really... You don't notice it because it looks like it's just windows, pretty
yeah,
much.
exactly.
So I get it, but no. We
Is
don't
it
have
a big balcony?
Yeah, like a normal balcony, really.
Holy shit, yeah.
What is it, 5 square meters or
yeah,
something?
but that's a big balcony.
But yeah, it's been, it's just pretty much concrete floor and then really nasty railings, and that's it. And I haven't done anything with it, but I've always wanted to make it look a little bit more cozy, I guess. And we do have sun most of the day, and you get the
it's that
sunset
side,
and
yeah.
everything. So it's like I would love to be out there, and during
Summer?
the summer, perfect.
Yeah, when it's like light out till like
yeah.
11.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. So Anna's given me a deadline of it needs to be finished so we can use it this summer.
Deadlines are
Actually,
good.
she said like needs to be finished before May.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Pressure. I doubt I'm gonna finish it before May. But yeah, that was nice. We went. We went against the lockout thing or lock-in thing,
Son of a
quarantine, and went to Bauhaus and did some recon for materials and
Mhm.
stuff. There's so many people out still. Like people are just like not really giving a fuck. But especially out in like the suburbs, in the middle of the city now. Today,
Yeah,
for
there's not a
example,
lot
it
of
was dead. There was nobody was out. First time in, I think, forever or ever really, that I went to the sci-fi bookstore and it was completely empty apart from the two people that were working. Insane. Like, and this brings us into something that we need to start talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Small businesses.
Yeah, small businesses are taking like a big hit, and it's not only small businesses like that. Like where we have the studio,
Yeah, exactly.
like this place,
It's
just-
a business.
it is a business,
It-
and basically what they're doing here at Underverket is that they're renting out desks, and the margin, there is no margin here.
No,
It's not about making money
it's about
in that
just
sense. It's about like paying the rent basically.
yeah.
And then everyone has their own business. So, like, the extra money that comes in is just reinvested into making this place awesome. You know, like a flipper game here, like a boardroom, like a meeting room, you know, the cinema or something. Like, that's what they do.
Did you say meeting broom?
No, meeting room.
That'd be nice.
We need the office broom.
Dude, we need to have a meeting. Let's go to the broom. But yes, no.
But yeah, so for example, if people would cancel their desks now, this studio would be lost because
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to make rent here.
And that means the podcast will definitely be affected.
In a big way,
Yeah.
because we have one of the best setups that we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Both that we can create events here, we can record the podcast here,
Mostly the cinema.
mostly, and then the cinema. Exactly,
We're not
where we
losing the
can-
fucking cinema, people.
and it's gonna affect the Sketchbook
Yeah,
Heroes podcast in a big way as well.
definitely.
And we don't really know how to make this work,
No.
or like how to save this place.
Because, again, we keep bringing that up and I hate talking about it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're not making money.
Oh yeah,
So, and now that, like, the situation is the way it is, there's no guarantee I will be making money. So it's going to be impossible to keep it up. Like, I'm not going to have that type of money to pay for this setup. It's impossible. It's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So it is scary to think
It
about.
is
like,
super scary, and the podcast is our baby.
Yeah.
So we need to think about stuff like how to
Save it.
save it. Yeah.
Mm.
And yeah.
But yeah, so
And it's not just us. It's your local pizza place, you know, like
bakery, cafe,
whatever small
restaurant,
businesses
yeah.
around where you live. Like
Exactly.
they're all affected because you can't run a business during these times, or you
No.
can, like online businesses.
Yeah.
They're doing well. Like my job is not affected at all by this.
exactly.
We're even surprised how well it's been going online.
Well, like in all fairness, you don't really need an office.
I don't really know if it's
You just need the computer and internet,
yeah.
and
That's
then
basically it.
talk to the people that tell you what to do, and you do it.
Yeah.
Like if you break it down into very simple
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just like let's
Yeah.
do the dummy version. I think
Exactly.
that's enough to sort of paint a picture.
But
'Cause-
that's also really good.
Yeah.
I mean, because you still have your security, little security blanket
Yeah.
with that. Same with Anna. Thank Christ.
Mm.
Like she still has a job, and she can do that from home. So in that sense, we're not being super duper affected.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I'm still getting. Actually, I'm getting like more bookings now because people are
there's
home.
No one, there's no one available. as
Exactly.
well.
So yeah, a lot of places have shut down. We're staying open until we can't, pretty much. But
But that again, the rent needs to be paid at
Yeah.
that place as well.
Exactly. So my boss is really pushing in a lot of work on me, which, like, of course, I feel happy that I'm getting more work, but I'm also feeling very worried
Worried, impressed.
because it means more people coming in. The likelihood of someone maybe having
being infected.
being a carrier is very, very likely, So for me, I'd rather just keep my customers, my clients, the ones that I have booked in, and not have this random person just shoving people into my schedule.
Yeah.
So it does worry me a bit, but I'm trying to just not get like an anxiety breakdown and just carry on working pretty much.
And we want to sort of like tell you guys as well, like support your local places. Like you might not be able to sit at your local restaurant, but just take away.
Yeah.
If you're gonna order out, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Just grab it, leave.
And also, if you know that you have a friend living nearby, maybe ask them if they want some food.
Yeah,
also,
just help each other out.
So
yeah,
not
exactly.
everybody has to go out. That way,
Just
be
minimize,
smart about it.
Just, like, I'm not worried at all in the sense of like my personal health or anything, but still, I have people around me that are in the target groups, and you just like out of respect for them, you're a little bit more careful. Like I work from home since I have that option. Like not everyone does, and just like be nice. You know what I mean? Like just help each other out.
Yeah.
Like go shop for your parents or your elderly people, or like a neighbor.
Exactly.
Like just help each other out.
Yeah. It's that's the best part of this whole crisis, is that it will undoubtedly bring people together in this weird way.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Except the people that are selling toilet paper for like $100.
Yeah, well
they can.
They're gonna burn in hell anyways. We're only as strong as the weakest link, like I always keep saying, and there are a lot of weak links out there.
Yeah, there's some dumb people taking. Yeah.
For example, my client this Friday, who just like after I finished the tattoo, it's like, oh yeah, now I'm going out to a company thing, like going out dancing and partying, and then a date after that, like nothing's ever happened. Like, so fucking stupid. Jesus.
The thing is, I'm not worried, but I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
It's so respectless. You know, it's not. I don't want people to stop living. Of course not.
Of course not. But just change it up for a bit.
Big gatherings like that. Yeah. That's what brought down Italy, for example. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, Italy is like the most social country on the planet. The way they say hello is like licking everybody's face and hugging. And apparently they have the most old people on per capita or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of retirees moved to Italy, I guess.
So
that's why it got affected as much as it did. But I mean, we're closely falling behind, or like we're closely behind them, is what I'm saying. So we can't just like brush it off as another flu or something. We need to be serious about this. That's why the minister or what? The prime minister, is that it?
I have no idea what the translation is.
Yeah,
that guy.
The guy.
Stefan.
Löfven. The guy that sort of controls the country because the king doesn't do shit. He went out and addressed the nation, and that's the first time in my entire life I've ever heard of them doing that. So that in itself should explain how fucking serious this is. So again, don't brush it off. Be smart.
I would just say respect that. Keep calm, and it's the perfect time to do all the shit you never had the time to do.
Exactly.
Like if you wanted to pick up photography, do that. If you wanted to learn Photoshop, do that. If you wanted to binge watch Game of Thrones because you missed out, do that. It's the perfect opportunity to do
all the stuff that you wanted to do.
Right now, you're not traveling to and from work.
No.
And or some of you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you have that opportunity to save like a couple of hours a day, invest them in not going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have my gym. I do the gym because working from home is, I don't know, like it's both awesome, but it also just like you're in the same environment all day. So just like I try to do things like normal. I wake up the usual time that I wake up. I try not to stay up later than usual, just to like keep some normalcy during this time. And just do stuff around the house, but try to like have breaks, coffee breaks or whatever the fuck.
I heard a good tip
just like
to actually take a walk in the morning and in the afternoon to sort of simulate walking to work or from work.
That is cool.
Because it's apparently it helps ground you a little bit more, and instead of going crazy just sitting in the same place.
But that's good because
Yeah.
I think my walk to work is what wakes me up a lot.
Yeah, for most people it is. But for people like me, this is heaven. Like this is what I do every single day. If I could do anything, like this is
Like
my
every
my dream.
freelancer, every artist out there.
Yeah.
Just like, I wake up, I put on my slippers, like some coffee, and I go to my computer.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed. Like
Not at all.
basically nothing for any introvert
No,
out there.
if anything, you might even get more work now. No, but it's
And also,
Yeah.
you could always go to your favorite sci-fi bookshop in
Yes.
Galveston and
Yeah.
get some comics.
definitely you should.
Or just like order online, just do anything you can to support, and it's the perfect opportunity to read comics.
Yes, it is.
So whatever you want to do, you
Do
should just do it. Except, like go around and licking handles and shit.
Yeah.
And we thought that we could maybe introduce like a fun challenge to you guys. We haven't done anything in a while because we're unorganized as fuck.
Never.
And like we're basically Italy when it comes to being organized. And what we're thinking of is that we should
Low
bring
blow.
you the Corona Challenge.
Yes.
And we're going to call it the After the Quarantine.
It's so good.
And
It's
we
so
thought that, like, imagine, like, the world is ending or has ended.
Yes.
And we're, like, you're coming out of quarantine. You have TV shut down weeks ago. But there is, like, an official, like, radio thing. And, like, the quarantine is over.
You can come out now.
And you can come out now. You've boarded all your windows. You just, like, heard stuff outside. You're running out of food.
It's also up to you to sort of decide how much the world has ended.
Yeah. You
So
can
this is
decide.
in
Like,
your
we're
head.
just, like, sketching, like, giving you, like, a little, like,
Incentive to do something if you're out of ideas.
exactly. So you're all out of toilet paper.
Of course.
You're running out of food. Like, apparently you had no razors if you're a dude. So, so whatever patchy beard you've grown, that's what you have. And we want to see your, like, the Corona quarantine, like, after the quarantine and how you look and, like, what is your gear like. We want, like, a full body, like, it can be a sketch of you.
Yeah.
But we would like you to draw yourself
Like
after the quarantine.
Yeah. A character design of yourself coming out of quarantine.
And we're going to do this as well. And I think maybe how long should you have? Because this comes out next week.
Until the quarantine is over?
But I guess we could shout it here, but we can also shout it as a separate thing even before this episode just to get people sort of like started.
Yeah, building the buzz.
Yeah. But we would love to see your take on it since we have this opportunity and this time. So if you don't know like what you want to do during the quarantine, we're giving you something to do.
This is something.
And we'll do it as a community. We'll see how many people join in. We did one ages ago, back in the day, where we gave you this little backstory of this character.
Vague character.
Yeah, this vague character that we named Vague for that reason. She
Yeah.
worked at this magic scrapyard, and she found some scrap, and I don't remember if it latched onto her body or she didn't have an arm. Shit, I don't remember.
We left that up to everybody, I think.
And then you guys took Vague and you turned her into a character, and some of them really stood out.
Oh, yeah.
And were super fun.
And we got a lot of them, which was great.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a good, what do you call it? Good.
A good challenge?
Yeah, it was a good challenge, but the like amount of people.
Oh yeah, you guys joined in. It was a fun little like thing to keep looking at for a couple of weeks, and we thought we were going to do the same here. your skill level doesn't matter. We're going to
No.
post them all in our stories because it's fun.
Yes.
And we'll pick a couple that we really, really like.
The standout.
Yeah, that stand out to us. And
Maybe you can get a prize or something. Maybe. We don't want to promise anything.
yeah, we're not going to
Send you a
promise.
pack of toilet paper.
But yeah, we would love to see like your creative idea of after the quarantine. And it's
Yeah.
basically you as this character. And you can make up, like just exaggerate the situation to where, just surprise us with
Yeah.
what happened after the quarantine when you come
Exactly.
out.
Is it like, another example? Could it be aliens that actually spread the coronavirus and took over the world while you were quarantined and then come out? And like, how do you deal with aliens?
Mhm.
What are you going to look like taking care of aliens? I don't know. Just random thoughts here, people. But I'm very, very stoked for this
Oh, yeah, dude.
little challenge. It's been a while since I did like a turnaround character.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have to
Sheet
be a
too.
turnaround. It
You can
be
do whatever
just-
you want.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm
Like,
just saying I want to do that.
Okay, you want to do that. Yeah,
So-
because I'm thinking of just making a little sort of like a scenario type of thing where you have like some stuff in the background that is like recognizable
Mm.
and then just like me, the main character, and just like trying to find like some fun little things. Like toilet paper has been, out everywhere. So that's like a fun thing to play around with to try to like get into your piece.
That's
and
that's
whatever
really the one thing that we want you to add
use, yeah.
in somewhere or incorporate in some way. Like
Because it's global.
Yeah.
It's everyone went nuts.
And it's
they're
so
like, need to
stupid.
wipe my ass
it's
before I die.
so
Woo!
stupid. Like the whole like everybody's so focused in on the whole toilet paper thing. So yeah,
And we
it
know
needs-
that the interweb has already like
yeah.
milked this joke. But this is going to
We're
be better.
We're keeping it up.
Yeah. And whatever else you can think of. Oh, yeah, shit. We had one condition as well. One more thing. You get to choose 3 things you bring to the apocalypse.
That's right.
Holy shit. Almost forgot.
Yeah, good.
So 3 things, like whatever it is, your guitar, your, I don't know, like
Whatever it is.
whatever you want to bring to the apocalypse. If it's your DVDs on a wheelbarrow, like you can have so much cool shit with you, and we're just gonna let you work it out, and then just hashtag us, or we should call it. I don't know what we should call this one.
After the quarantine?
Okay, hashtag after the quarantine 2020,
Yeah.
and is that a long one? After the quarantine is a long word.
Or maybe yeah. Or maybe after COVID-19
You know what?
or something.
The Sketchbook Heroes hashtag works perfectly.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
And then just tag us, like an at us,
yes.
and we'll be fine.
Good. Because I can't fucking spell quarantine.
Yeah, I
anyways.
was thinking that as well. I was like, quarantine, eh?
Like, yes.
I can spell after.
You can?
Yeah,
Damn.
close enough.
Yes.
Yeah, so looking forward to seeing what you guys make. And since we're on the subject, use the hashtag
Yes.
Sketchbook
Please.
Heroes.
Do it.
It's simple. And also, when you listen to the podcast and you're doing something fun, like, taking a shit or, like traveling by train to work, wherever you listen.
Equally
it's
fun.
Yeah, equally fun. It's fun for us to see where you're doing it. And also, you're helping us spread the word. And you spreading the word is, I think, the biggest help to
Yeah,
us. Like,
exactly.
however you share it. You tell friends, you share it online. I think that is the biggest help. It helps us more than you rating the podcast. It helps us more than anything else you could possibly do except give us, like, cash.
Yeah. Which you can also do.
You can also do it at some point. Nah, we have no way of doing that yet.
No.
But
yeah, please share
yeah, share. And
in any way you can. Yeah.
And we love hearing from you, and we try to reply either on the podcast, or on site.
Yes. Great.
So, cool.
Cool.
And with that said, today's topic?
Today's topic.
Topic. Something.
Yeah.
So, today's The Art of Happy.
Happy.
Yeah, what the fuck? How do you become happy?
What is happy?
What is happy?
What makes you happy?
I don't know. A lot of things.
Puppies?
Puppies. Puppies make me happy.
Yeah. Kittens?
Mall rats make me
Yeah, mall rats.
movies make me happy, the good ones, and the super, super bad ones, not the mediocre ones. Those piss me off.
Yeah, not the
I don't
ones
know.
that like are too good to be bad
Yeah,
and too bad to be good.
to be good, yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be like the spectrum here. Like,
Exactly. It's very important. So how do you take care of your hamster, Elias?
I shove it up my butt, and then I get a cat to get it out of my butt, and then the
And you
cat
have
gets
both?
stuck. Yeah. No. But animals really help with
Yeah.
happiness.
Because we're actually looking into getting a hamster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're super easy to take care of. You only need to take care of them like once a week. And
Yeah.
then you play with them, you know, like you just keep them company.
Nice.
Our hamster like stands on his hind legs and just waits for us to pick him up.
Oh,
So
that's
he's
so nice.
awesome, yeah. And we heard like other people have like they're a bit more aggressive and like they bite them and stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
Ours did as well in the beginning
Oh,
until
did?
he got comfortable
Hmm.
and wasn't as afraid. And just a little every day, you know, you just like, we had this thing that he was comfortable being in. So we took him in that, like this log with a hole in it.
Oh, okay.
It has like, both ends are, you know, there's the tunnel and then there's like up top as well. There's a little
It's like
hole,
a
so he-
submarine.
Basically, yes. That's exactly what I was trying to
Oh, really?
describe. Yeah. And it's basically that. And he loves that.
Oh,
Because when
cool.
he sees that, it's like an elevator, basically. And to this
so
day,
cute.
he still loves that.
That's so
And
cute.
So we just use that. As soon as you put that down, he just runs in it. And then you just take him with you wherever you want to go.
That's awesome.
And I don't know. Animals, like, really bring out some good feelings. Like, I don't know what it is.
Pure happiness
I
in
don't
a
know,
way.
yeah, I think it's
Or
like,
like,
something
you know-
rooted in like childhood as well. You
Yeah.
just like
Or like even deeper than that, I think. Like it's
Oh.
sort of in our DNA.
maybe, yeah.
Because
Because I love eating cats. Not just
yeah, exactly. No, but it's like, you know, I'm sure you were the same, but like I was never really affected by people getting hurt in a way other than,
Neither
you know,
was I.
laughing at them.
Yeah, same.
Whereas when an animal gets injured or hurt or something, that's
Yeah,
like,
you get hurt as well, basically.
yeah, it makes you
just-
want to kill people.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I
you
get
just
it,
get
yeah,
so upset,
yeah.
and it affects you so genuinely, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm sure there's psychopaths out there that don't agree with us, but that's how I was. Like one of
Yeah,
the
no, I
earliest
felt-
memories I have is like these. I don't even remember who they were, but I'm
Mm.
sure, you know, the typical bad guys in our first sort of years of school,
Yeah.
and they smashed a squirrel with a rock.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
and I just remember, you know, crying my
Yeah.
eyes out and like wanting to kill everybody, pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah, I remember those things as well. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that as well. Like even my cousins in Greece, you know, like because they had a lot of stray dogs and probably still do in Greece.
Mm.
And they were throwing him food and then they were tossing stuff at him. You
That's
know, like
primal,
so angry because I couldn't justify that in any way.
No.
Like, why would you toss a dog food that was like he was already afraid? He was, you know, like he saw the food and he's like starving.
Hesitant to
But
come.
you know,
you
the
know.
tail was already behind his leg, and he was
Mm.
like walking like zigzag to it. And then you could already see that he wasn't in a good
Yeah.
place. And then someone tosses food, and then tosses like
Yeah.
like a
It's-
loaf of dried bread on him, you know, or
Yeah.
like something like that.
It was probably not even the first time that happened to him.
No,
so
no, that's why
he
he was
was-
probably walking
yeah.
like that. Yeah, and I just snapped.
dude, we just went super dark from going. What makes you happy?
What makes you happy?
Well, like hurting
No, but that's
people that
what-
hurts animals makes me happy.
Makes
Then
me
I
happy.
guess.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but it is a tricky
Yeah,
thing. And
it
we
is.
talked about this like a couple of weeks ago after the podcast that like remember when we were sitting and drawing and watching El Dorado and all these movies that we loved and drawing, like
Pure
those were like
happiness.
pure happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the laughing, you know, like it could have been a fart, it could have been a line in a movie. Like it didn't matter. Like it was like those little things
Yeah.
that made you so happy and you were laughing and you were like laughing, crying.
Yeah.
When did you do that last? Like when did we laugh so hard that we cried?
Samurai Cop.
Samurai Cop. Yes. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
That is.
I think that's
yeah.
one of the the last or the ones that I remember at least.
like
that-
clearly, yeah.
and it was
Fair.
so similar to those days.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, but we were a bigger crowd.
Yeah,
but
like 10 people just watching this movie.
but everybody was just dying.
It was so- yeah.
out of how geniusly bad it was.
Yeah.
You know.
fuck yeah, that was. And I think
But that was a lot of things happening at the same time.
I think
like,
so, I think
you know,
so, yeah.
a good group of friends sitting watching a really stupid movie that is everybody knows what they're going into.
Yeah.
That it's going to be a really shitty movie, so nobody
Yeah.
gets disappointed and sad that it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Everybody was making fun of the movie and
And you're allowed to talk because this
Yeah.
movie doesn't have a lot of plot. And
No.
everyone sort of gets like, oh, they're going to say something now.
Exactly.
Or, you feel it because sometimes there's just like empty dialogue.
you keep building up moments
Yeah.
just
And
wait
everyone's
for
like,
it, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, and then they
total
like,
opposite
Yeah,
happens.
exactly that. Like, it's so fucking, like, you wouldn't be able to guess this movie.
No,
When
like,
watching it. You're like,
his friend's gonna get fucking murdered anytime, and then they just cut to a sex scene.
Yeah, exactly. A sex scene with
something
like
that.
awkward, like,
It's like they both forgot to fill in their consent forms.
exactly. Oh man, it's just horrible.
So
But-
good. But yeah, that's a great example of
And
something
it's a
that
great
makes us
thing.
happy.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing to do together.
Yeah.
Like, don't watch good movies together. You watch
No.
those alone.
Exactly.
You should watch like the crappy ones. Like, really, just like go out of your way. Like anything from Asylum.
Yes.
Because Asylum basically just takes Titanic and makes their version.
Yeah.
They take Transformers and they make Transmorphers.
Yeah.
And the list just keeps going. They've done basically anything you can think of. Atlantic Rim became Pacific Rim became Atlantic Rim.
Yeah.
And there's tons.
Jurassic Pork.
Jurassic.
No, I just made that
But
up.
they have another
Yeah,
one.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's in the making.
I think there is one already. And there's
Jurassic
so many-
Yard.
Jurassic Yard. Your ass is
It came back. Your ass is back.
but it's just like there's
Show me your
so
ass.
much. Show me your ass. What the fuck was that?
Don't you remember? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
exactly.
remember it?
Show me Jackie Chan, right?
No.
Rush
close.
Hour.
Yes.
Rush
Yes,
Hour.
Rush
Yeah,
Hour.
that's what I mean. Like the
It's Chris Tucker
Yeah.
and show me your ass.
show me your ass.
Deleted scene. Sorry, bloopers.
Yeah, blooper reel. But I'm just saying that watching those movies together really sort of brings out a lot of joy because you're with friends. You're like, I can't explain it. Like, it always seems to work. Like, I don't know.
But that's what those movies were made for.
I don't think so. Like, because Samurai Cop wasn't made like that. He
No, but
wanted to do
that's
like
not an
a-
asylum movie. I mean,
No,
the
no,
asylum movies are made
like that. Yeah,
to be made fun of.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they make fun of themselves.
yeah. But
And-
they
and-
still
yeah.
do it in a way where you just like, because for example, Samurai Cop 2, that was made with the intent of making you laugh, wasn't as funny as Samurai Cop 1, that was filmed to be serious. Like it was supposed to be this hard-boiled action movie with this samurai cop and like, and it just wasn't anything. And the guy that directed it had no real like idea what the fuck he was doing or how real people like interact with each other, and that is, I think, the genius of that movie. Yeah, fuck.
But all right, but going back to staying happy or being happy.
Yeah, because we both struggle with this. Like, this is something that
I mean,
just
it's up and down all the time.
Oh, it is up
know?
and down, definitely.
But I mean, do you feel like immediately happy when you see your kids? Like when you come
Yeah.
home after working?
Yeah.
Like is that always like a
Yeah, that's always like when you haven't seen them for like hours, or like when they've gone somewhere and they come back. That is like it doesn't last for that long.
but it's still
because
like
you
a
get
jolt
into
of-
like daily life again. But there is a little like thing in there, and sometimes you harness it, like especially if it's been long.
Mhm.
Like when I go abroad with work or something for a couple of days, and let's say I don't fly in at fucking night. When I get home at like midday, a reasonable time where they can pick me up. And they just run at me, like when I come out. Yeah, dude. I have videos of my son being super small with like a pacifier in his mouth, and he's running like a little baby, like just watched it, and you're like, ah. Like it's just
That's
like,
not
it's
happy, Elias.
No,
That's
but
crying.
No,
That's
but that's like a happy cry.
you big wuss.
It's so good. Like
Yeah.
I can't explain it. But then there's like, it's hard though. Like I struggle with like to be happy. I feel that I need to make an effort.
Yeah.
Because I feel there's a lot of, I don't know how this negativity started, but there's
Old
just a
age.
lot of it.
Like it's actually been
No, but
proven.
I think it's just cynicism over like a period of time where you're just like, oh, this happened, and then this is like you start like this.
You question a lot of things too.
Yeah, exactly. But for no reason. I have like I say that skiing is boring. What am I basing this on? Last time I went skiing, I was like 8. You know what I mean? There is no reason for me to hate skiing.
It's like something you're telling yourself to not go skiing because you're maybe too lazy.
Too lazy.
Yeah.
I think that. And then the defense mechanism is to call it boring.
Yeah.
And
like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
that. It's boring.
And that's what I feel I've been doing a lot of for such a long time that I just like, that's how I react like automatically now.
Yeah, without
and
thinking.
I
Yeah.
hate it.
Same.
And I have to like actively work against that feeling.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely the same. I used to be a lot more sort of adventurous and more of a yes man, you know? But now it's like you're too convenient or comfy and everything's like a hassle, you know?
Oh yeah, dude, I feel it all
But
the
it's-
time. It can even be like going to the cinema.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like not if it's by myself.
No,
That-
that's
that-
exactly. That's
but
a totally
if it's to
different thing.
meet a person or people,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I have to leave the house.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have that feeling if I was going by myself.
No. Because then it's your own initiative and you're doing it on your terms.
And I could just like, fuck it, I'll do this instead.
Yeah,
And I can
exactly.
change the rules
Yeah,
as I
exactly.
want. But as soon as I have to sort of like take others into it, I'm
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
it's this shit.
Exactly.
This is shit. And then I have the best time of my life when
Yeah,
I do it.
yeah,
anyway. And I
exactly.
hate that the outcome is awesome, but my way to getting there is like my mind fucking me over.
Yeah.
And I have to-
Constantly.
Constantly. It's
Same,
like, why
same.
am I acting like this? Like, I know it's going to be good.
But yeah. So I don't know. I don't think there's a way for us to sort of combat that anymore. It's more of the acceptance of that it's there and maybe trying to realize that it's not as bad as it is, but not sort of trying to block away the bad feeling, because that's
No.
just going to work against itself in a way, and you're probably going to end up being more depressed or
I don't know. Like,
stressed or whatever it is.
yeah, whatever the fuck it is that.
More-
But I don't know. Like, the more I'm conscious of it, though, the like I
easier it
noticed
is,
like
or-
what.
The easier it is, or it gets.
No, the more conscious I am about my reaction. Like, I've noticed, like, now that my wife, like, suggested stuff, she sent me, like, these cardboard Star Wars things that someone she follows on Instagram did, where they were just, like cutting and pasting, and they made these, like, you know, toilet roll Star Wars
Of course.
figurines. And my initial thing was, like, but then I was like, motherfucker, that could actually be fun.
Yeah.
And I thought about it a little bit more. And why would she choose Star Wars? Like, because I'm interested in stuff like that.
Exactly.
And my kids will like it because I like it. And then it becomes this whole thing. So I was just like, yeah, that could be fun. You know, like, well, this wasn't talking though. Like, we were texting, but my reaction was still the same. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
and then, but I had the time to sort of like, stop me. And I just like, because I've been thinking about it for so long, but even to this day, she told me something in the kitchen like a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I hate this, or I hate that, like,
Yeah.
I hate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate that. And she was like, why do you always do that? And I was like, yeah, why do I? Like, there is no reason for me to say that.
No.
Like, that shouldn't be my first response.
Exactly.
And it's just like habit rather than anything else.
it's not like you actually hate something.
No, not at all. Like,
No.
I don't even remember what it was. But then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, that could actually be pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like my initial reaction is, it's basically like when someone's like, oh, what are you doing this Friday? And you're like, yeah, I got,
This
and you're trying to come
thing-
up with like shit excuses for not doing whatever the fuck they want, and you don't even know what the fuck they want yet.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
it's
you're
basically,
already-
and I feel that that's what I'm doing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give myself an out. Like, oh yeah, skis, right? Yeah,
No.
I'm working.
I'm
at the
afraid of
local-
snow.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I have a phobia of snow. People in skis scare me. No.
Yeah.
but so I'm really working on like not changing me in that sense, but being more conscious of the way that I say things, because I think that I can change. I can always change that. Like I might not be able to change my initial reaction this year, but I think I can make a conscious effort, because I don't like the way when I say that I hate something. It's like when people like, oh, that's the worst thing I've ever been through. Like you stood in line for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And I hate standing in line.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm sure
But-
you've been through something totally a lot
Worse.
worse.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
it just doesn't sound that great, especially when you're like white, overly privileged, and then you say things. You know, like that is the worst.
I had to wait 3 minutes before
Yeah.
I could order.
Exactly. And they didn't add the right amount of milk in my coffee. You know, like
yeah. They have the wrong butter
bullshit.
in the office.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I
You
don't
better
want to be that person or perceived as that person, because when I hear myself, like when the words just fly out of my mouth,
Yeah.
like that's what I love about this podcast, is that we can just throw things out. But when you throw them out at the wrong people, you hurt them.
Yeah.
And some people I don't want to hurt. You guys are fine though. You'll survive this.
Get over it. Get over yourselves.
Yeah. And so I don't know. Like I'm trying to be happier with that everyday thing as well, you know, because day in and day out, it's basically the same thing.
It is.
And when I was a kid, you were out all the time. You were experiencing new things, some good, some bad.
Exploring and meeting new people, and
Yeah.
it was every day was something new.
Something new, yeah. Like, let's not go back to that place. And then
Exactly.
you went
Yeah.
somewhere else. And you didn't even look it up because there was no internet.
And that's also why it felt like it took forever growing up or like getting
Maybe,
older.
yeah.
Because that's something that's been proven, that the more new things you learn and stuff, the more you feel like it takes longer.
Yeah.
But when you get into a routine, like you just go into, what's it called? Like
like a flow?
Autopilot.
Like autopilot.
yeah. So your brain shuts off because it knows what it's supposed to do anyways. So it only uses those necessary functions.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, like when you, for example, when I go from work to home, sometimes I don't even realize that I've left work and come home. Like I wake up sort of on the last sort of 50 meters to my front door.
When you sort of like get
It's
back
like,
into consciousness.
Holy shit! Because it's just like the same route every day, back and forth.
You just zone out, basically.
I listen to the same playlist or the same podcast or whatever it is. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I'm home. Like, when did this happen? And that is that in effect.
Yeah.
So doing new things and trying new things, seeing new places, meeting new people, all of that will, in the long run, make your life more fulfilled. I'm saying this, which is really weird because I'm more of a shut-in and, well, Corona is my heaven at the moment. But, having said that, I also love meeting new people and doing new things and all of this. It's just like Ilias said, that I have a hard time sort of, grabbing myself, and why do I always say these stupid things?
It's just the initial thing, basically. Just that.
Like, I always turn everything into like a sexual thing. I grab myself.
I didn't connect that.
I always have to force myself out to do these things. Like, I can't just go there and be happy to go to this new thing. It's always a pain in the ass.
I think it's because we've done it so many times that it's lost its thing. Like
maybe,
I don't know, because I feel that if I do them alone, I am so easygoing. I like that. That brings spontaneity. Yeah, but as soon as I go with others, they're like, oh yeah, I just need to find this thing before we go. And then, like there's a million things. Like my wife, for example, likes to prepare, whereas I just want to go. Yeah. And if I have to prepare, then I don't want to go. Like, for example, that's how I work.
Exactly.
And the more things we have to do, now thank God she takes care of everything that is like that. And I just like assist where I can. Because I'm just like, you see the bigger picture. I'm not like that. Just point me in the direction of the thing you don't have to do. Like get everything to the car. I'll do that, get the kids dressed, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But you fix all this, because she's like, oh, they're going to need these pants. They're going to need the rain jackets. They're going to do this thing. They're going to need knives, you know. And I'm just like, what? Like, I'd rather just pack the kids in, like, have them wear things, and then we'll undress if it gets warm.
Yeah.
You know. And I just can't do all that planning thing. Like, I just need to leave before I get to this, like, mental, like, I don't want to. But it always takes too long. You know, kids don't get dressed fast enough. And there's always, like, having kids is basically everything you do, like, simple stuff. Like, oh, let's put socks on. And they put on a half sock to one sock. And then you negotiate the second sock. And when they're young, at least my kids are dressing themselves now. But I still have to sort of nag them sometimes because they get distracted.
Of course.
I was like, yeah, you go to the bathroom, you put on clothes, and then I go in, and my son is all dressed up, and he's going to go to the bathroom. And my daughter is just looking at herself in the mirror and just, like, playing around with, like, some tubes that you found on the counter or something. And you're like...
Like, fuck's sake.
Yeah, and it's just, like, it's stuff that everyone else does, you know, like, grown-ups, we just do it because... there's no fun in it, but they find like these fun little distractions, and they just do that.
Yeah,
and it's just so random to
isn't
me.
Isn't it weird that we try to stop that?
Yeah,
like,
I know. That's what I mean. That's like,
why is the normal thing to have less fun, and why rob people of their imagination? And
dude, that is basically what you're doing.
Yeah,
and I hate it. Every time
too.
I tell my kids to stop something, I'm just like, oh. But they need some of that.
They need structure.
Yeah, they need structure, but then again...
to a certain degree, you know? You don't... But I think that's what...
Dude, you got to have kids so we can talk about this.
Yeah,
because
I know.
It's insane.
Because for me, it's like I'm only guessing what you're sort of dealing with.
I need your frustration to play back at me. I need you. Because it's just like, I thought I was patient. Then I had kids. I'm not a patient person. I hate everything that has to do with waiting. Mm-hmm. People are like, why are you walking down the escalator? Because it's an escalator. I don't want to wait. What the fuck are you waiting for? You could just walk.
Steps.
It's got steps. You could just fucking walk. And you're just like fucking standing like cattle. Like, it drives me insane.
Same here.
That's why I don't even, like, if there is a real staircase on the side, I'll use that.
Yeah.
Just to get away from people standing. And I can't, like... I thought I had patience. I was like, I train Kung Fu. I have patience. Mm-hmm. No, that is not who I am.
No.
And I didn't know this until I was 27, yes. 28. No, wait, my daughter was, about 28.
Yeah, I've been patient up until maybe three years ago or so. Mm-hmm. Like right after I met Anna. That's when I lost it.
Anna?
No. But I've always been this super mellow and chill guy. But yeah, just recently, these last couple of years, that's really just gone out the window. And I get so frustrated about everything and just stressed out about stuff, but not really stressed, more angry, and then angry at myself for being stressed or angry. It's just this continuous fucking stupid loop.
I think King gave me that shit. Like, or not King directly, but... You know.
Yeah. And now we've turned it around into making us unhappy and mad instead of talking about stuff that makes us happy. So,
no, but I think it's like if you know what's causing the thing, because, you know, sometimes people don't see it. Like when there's a relative that's always pushing you down, or like relatives rather, the way they talk to you, the way they like talk down to you, you know, like stuff like that. Like, distance yourself, if possible, from all that. Yeah. Like, oh, but they're family. Doesn't matter. We've said this before. Like, if people are sucking you dry on positive energy, or, like, people are just cunts in general and just, like, are negative all the time.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Like, who cares if they're family? Who cares what the fuck they are? They could be Jesus himself. Yeah. If you believe in that stuff. And I wouldn't give a shit. Like, if it's negative Jesus, go fuck off. You know, like, I couldn't come up with anything good there. Yeah. But I'm just saying that don't waste your time. Like, oh, my friend's always negative because he's depressed. That's different. But I'm talking about people that just have this shitty outlook in life. Yeah. You don't have to hang out with these people. They can figure that out. And I don't know, like, there's only this fine amount of, like, energy that you have. Yeah. And if you're always wasting it on an uncle, a cousin, a thing, a friend, and they're all just like pressing you down.
Mm-hmm.
What does that give you? Like, what? They bring nothing to you. You know,
Yeah.
like there's
and
no
then you're
value
gonna bring that negativity home
to someone else,
and you're gonna and it's just gonna be this cycle of negativity.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna have that's a shit fest, if like anything.
Yeah.
So just like try
Collect
to,
toilet paper. Yeah.
and then you're gonna buy all the toilet paper, and you're gonna be an asshole.
What did he say? The human brown eye? No. No, the
Shit. Brown eye or no? What the fuck was it? Yeah, I don't remember.
brown. Ah, fuck it.
What was the name? Steve
Dave.
Dave.
Tell him
Goddamn,
Steve
tell him
Dave.
Steve Dave. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that makes us happy.
Yeah, that makes us
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
All right.
But just like trying. Let me see. I had notes.
Oh, Elias has notes.
Nah, it's
notes,
not great. No, this
notes make him happy.
Yeah. Little notes because we always forget shit. Where's the happiness thing? There.
The stuff that makes me happy is just doing stuff for other people makes me happy.
That's what I wrote as well.
Oh,
like,
really?
Just like
Yeah.
things, just help a friend. Because I've seen like on Instagram, for example, a lot of people are doing these like I call them spam because I hate them. But they're like, oh, support your artist, and then they just tag like 1 million people on the same post.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What the hell? That doesn't support anyone. Take one artist, one friend, one whoever that doesn't have, like 5 million followers.
Yeah.
Support them. Shout them out with an image from their gallery that
Exactly.
is clickable
To
their
show that
gallery.
you are actually invested in this person.
Exactly.
And
Just
no-
tagging millions of people on one post, that's not going to do shit.
No.
I just delete those as soon as I see them.
That is 100% ego, I think.
It feels like
because
you're doing
it's
a good
like you're
thing, yeah.
tagging that to get more attention from those artists, maybe.
I feel that as well. Like, I don't know. I
yeah,
don't appreciate
and
it.
And this I'm just assuming here. I'm not really, I don't know
but
what,
you
what's
know what
going
it feels
through
like?
people.
It's like, tag 10 friends and you will find love.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember those
Yeah,
chain
yeah,
things?
yeah.
That's what this feels like.
God, yeah.
So I hate that. Like, if you want to support your friends, like, buy them a coffee, I don't know, check out their stuff, shout
Or
out their
even
project.
Just write them a random DM or a message.
And you could do this daily. You could shout out a friend daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, not even. I mean, I'm just saying to stay happy or feel happy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in contact with people. Just if you have somebody that pops up in your head, maybe just write them a little like, "Hey, how's it going? Just thought of you," like because that's gonna make that person happy because you're thinking of them and la la la, and then on it goes.
But have you ever like given a compliment when you see someone wearing like a cool shirt or something,
Yeah,
or like
I do
someone
that all the
did
time.
something different with their hair, or got a piercing, got a tattoo, whatever,
Oh yeah,
and you're
Constantly.
like, holy shit, that looks awesome. Like we had this girl at my old job where she was like sometimes like every now and then she just did something drastic with her hair, so you were like, what the fuck? That is awesome, like shaved one side, made it blue, whatever.
yeah,
And it just kept changing it up.
exactly.
And it was always so much fun to see because she could do things with her hair, but like this like really thick hair, and you could mold it into anything basically, and she would.
That's awesome.
It was awesome, yeah. And then this other one, she just kept changing her makeup and her look.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I felt like punk rock today, so just like totally different person, and you're like, love it.
So good.
It felt like one of those like scenes from a movie where people are dressing up like in like different styles,
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like, that with a week or a month or like months of like in between, but still like a fun change. And then when you acknowledge stuff like that, even if it's just a little thing, like you make someone happy, that you notice them, and then you become happy because I don't know, it's just a back and
You
forth
feel
there.
good when you help people. It's pretty easy.
But it's genuine from my side. Like when I see something
Yeah,
I like,
yeah,
I
no.
want to tell people that.
But that's
that
what I
is
mean.
fucking
But
awesome.
it's still
yeah.
gonna give you that. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that you
yeah.
do it solely to feel better yourself, but it will make you feel better.
Mhm.
Like you can take that any way you want, but it's a fact.
Mhm.
So, but that's something that I do to make myself feel good.
But have you ever done that like in the city sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you just see like a person with like something, and
I
when they
actually-
walk past, I just like Like, it's so good. And people do that when I'm drawing on the train as well. They're like, as soon as they're like about to go off the train, they're like, because they know I have headphones on, so they just.
But they still feel the need to
just make a
tell
face,
you.
Yeah.
You know, I love
and
that.
It's just a small gesture, and it makes me happy as well.
I have a story about that. Like, I made some really close, good friends through that, actually.
Oh, shit.
And it wasn't me actually doing the complimenting. It was them complimenting me. Because I had just bought some pink, like super pink Adidas shoes.
Oh, yeah,
And I had them on for, I was going out to a big party at Midsummer's Eve or something. I was just having a smoke outside of the shop, waiting for my friends who I was going to go out with. And these two girls walked past, and they were like, you know, they walked past and then they stopped and then they came back and asked if they could do a snap video of my shoes because they loved them so much. I was like, yeah, fine, go for it. You know, it's super fun. Did that, and then we talked a little bit, and I just told them, you know, I'm going to be working tomorrow, so if you're in the neighborhood, come in, have a coffee, and talk some shit. Like, you know, I'm just going to be working all alone anyways. And they did. Nobody normally does that.
Yeah,
they say
exactly.
yes,
Nobody
but then you never see them
no
again.
one.
But no, they came in, and then instead of coffee, they brought beers. So we were just drinking beers, and then that turned into a big party. And now they're like two of my best friends.
That's awesome, dude. That is friggin' awesome. Because no one ever follows up on that. Yeah.
Nobody compliments you, and two, nobody ever follows up when you're like, oh, you should do this. And they're like, yeah, sure, yeah, I'll definitely be there, yeah.
And I think kids do that as well. Like I was sitting on the train and they're like, Batman, you know, on my shoes, the ones I bought in London. And just like, you should be more like that. I think kids have it figured out instinctively rather than it's like we suppress them later. Don't worry.
But they have the bad parts too.
But they do have the bad parts too. It's like, oh, look, why is his nose so big? You know, like basically that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, my brain went really dark with that one quick. But yeah. So honesty is good.
Yeah.
It's going to make you feel better too.
Yeah, keep the shit like to yourself.
Yes.
Nobody needs to hear your opinions.
And buying movies make me feel happy, Liz. Especially
shopping. Apparently shopping helps.
Yes, it does.
You
Releases
bought, like,
endorphins.
tons of movies.
Yeah, today was nuts. Because it's also
How long
like,
does that last for you though? Like buying things?
like movies pretty much forever because I rewatch almost everything.
Yeah.
In the bunch that I bought now, there's only one that I haven't seen. And
Oh yeah, shit, that's true. You've already seen those, like
pretty much
several
everyone.
times.
Yeah. So maybe that one's going to be really, really shit and I won't see that again. But I still, again, I love giving back to the movie industry, and I you know, I've loved it for so long. It's such a big part of my life, so I have to. But today was a special occasion. Again, like we keep saying, the whole support your local industry and all that. Because the sci-fi bookstore in the old part of town, Gamla Stan, is by far my favorite shop, and it's always been since we were kids.
Yeah.
And walking in there today when it was completely empty, I just felt horrible because I'm sure they have an online thing. I know they have an online thing, but I don't know how many people.
sfbook.se.
There you go. I don't know how many people actually order stuff from them. They might be a little bit more pricey than other places. So, like, we could potentially see them having to close because Corona. So today I went a little bit overboard also because I'm sort of anticipating the big quarantine coming, that like we might actually shut down the whole of Stockholm for a few weeks, and I would like to have a few new movies or old new movies that I could just watch and feel happy at home, locked in my cage. So that's why I went. I'd say a little bit overboard. It's not at all that much more than I normally get. So, but yeah, support your local little, comic book shop or whatever it is. Sci-fi bookstore. Everybody go there, buy stuff, because now there's no people there. It's good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
No, but it's fine, and I think that kind of just like do the things that make you happy. Like this is the perfect time to invest in stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would say there's just like think about things that you've done in your life that made you happy, and then try to like work your life in that direction. Like, did you have a time when you were hanging out with friends and laughing all the time? That's not that far away. Like, unless you don't hang with those people for other reasons.
Personal reasons now. Yeah.
But for example, just you and me watching movies together, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially when we watch the shittier ones,
Of course.
like, or the ones where we've seen them before. That gives us a bit more like the talking and the banter and the sort of like, oh, he's gonna say this, or it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it makes you fucking happy, and just like finding those little moments. Like there's a lot of people that I don't hang out with.
Yeah.
For like the exact opposite reason of what we're doing. And
Yeah.
there are ways, like even when you get a bit more cynical and older, depending on sort of like the stuff that has happened to you, there are ways. I think it's just the way that we choose to, or maybe not choose, but sort of inadvertently, just the first reaction that we have has become a negative one.
Yeah.
And it just springs on you. Once you realize it, you're like, oh, yeah, why do I say that? Like, why do I act that way? That's not my opinion,
Yeah.
or like my...
You just
like,
blurt it out without thinking.
But I
Yeah.
think it's that safety thing that we just say a thing so that we don't have to commit to the whatever the fuck it is, helping
Yeah.
a friend move or like
The thing.
Yeah. And I think it's just so fucking weird. But I think just being like conscious helps a lot.
Yeah. And like we said in the beginning, try to utilize this quarantine thing as much as possible, because before, when you had the choice to go out all the time and be a free person, you probably normally chose to stay indoors and play video games and watch movies.
Yeah.
So why are you angry now that
Yeah.
you're not allowed to go out and do the like
Doing you a favor.
they're pretty much telling you to do what you love doing all the time.
Yeah.
You have to do that now. And you're like, no, I want to go out and want to be active.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in
Ever,
years
yeah.
and years.
No.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but I think it's just like you're not allowed to do that, and then you want to do that. Yeah. Just
as soon as the ban lifts, or like the
we
quarantine
don't have
lifts-
one, at
no.
least. It's
no,
just
no,
a
we can-
recommendation.
exactly.
Like it's nothing.
But as soon as it's sort of okay to go out, people are just going to stay indoors and watch Netflix anyways.
Yep.
So
I
it's-
don't think that's going to change.
So stop complaining about these things. Like just enjoy it.
I
Is
don't
what
know.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Utilize it. Like Elias said in the beginning.
Yeah.
Just draw the stuff that you've always wanted to draw, or if you want to learn how to play maybe an instrument, or whatever
Change
the fuck
careers.
it is. Yeah,
I
or
was just
that.
like whatever the fuck
Read
you have
books,
time. Yeah.
anything. Like we're really just blurting out every possible thing that we can think
there's
of.
so much you could do with this
Yeah.
time.
And really utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that is not changing a fucking thing and just doing what I do.
There is not
There
much to change.
No.
Yeah. I'm usually at home a lot of the
Does
time.
this mean that we are complete, Elias?
Yes, we are.
We are complete. We've
Yeah.
reached nirvana now.
Of course. I never struggle with
All
daily
is
life.
one, and my living room is all.
No, I think daily life is one of the hardest ones.
Yeah.
Like, it is fucking hard when you go into this sort of like, oh, today I have to figure these boring things out. I have to do you have to wash shit. You have to, dishes, like kids. Kids need to shower. All this shit that you have to do. No, but it's just and it's just a mental thing.
Yeah.
It's just how you look at it. And
is.
it can change the whole fucking, there are some days where everything is just better, but you're doing the exact same fucking things.
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that? And it's all up in your fucking head.
Exactly.
It's basically just,
Yeah.
you just choose not to make it negative. And I'm trying to get this lesson across to my kids. So when I say something, I'm like, yes, we were going to do homework, but you could be angry about it, or we could just do it and then go do something else.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, because sometimes just getting them to do the homework, like they make it into such a negative thing, or my daughter, because she's the only one that gets homework. But, and then on other times, she just does it, and I'm like, that took fucking 10 minutes.
See how easy it is?
Instead of arguing for 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then getting halfway through it. And just trying to like show her the differences so that she has actual things to compare with, not my experiences, but her experiences.
That's where I would definitely go with my dessert reference. That's my, or even not even reference, life philosophy, that you can't have dessert before dinner, and whatever is like the pain in the ass that you have to do before the fun stuff, that's dinner, and the fun stuff is always dessert. So that's how I relate with pretty much everything that I do.
Yeah.
So that's it. And also another thing that makes me happy is
dessert. No, just kidding.
dessert.
No.
Yes. No, but we've talked about this a little bit before, but whenever I get paid to do a job, that becomes a pain in the ass for me.
Yeah, and I'm
It takes
the exact opposite.
Yeah, it's such an interesting thing. So we need to make this into a different episode so we can't talk too much about
Yeah,
it.
let's not talk about that.
No.
That is so fucking
That's so
strange.
weird. Yeah. All right.
That is next week's episode.
Next week.
Next week we'll talk about money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's do that. Let's do that. Let's make that an episode.
Cool.
Start with yourself. When you think about stuff that you're going to do, whether it's, like the daily stuff, or if it's work, or if it's situations that keep happening to you, if you can just change your outlook or like the way you see things just a little, like try not
To the positive,
Yeah,
yeah.
to the positive. I think that'll help. Because you could always like point fingers and like, oh, this person always does this to me. Like, don't hang out with them and see if life changes or if it's just your outlook that is fucked up.
Yeah.
So I think if you're gonna start with one, it's the outlook one and the
Yeah.
people one.
Yep.
Because I think the way that I think about things is sometimes so fucked up that it's like I'm the one ruining most things and it's not other people.
Yeah. No, same. And that's a very mature thing to know, Ilias.
Yes, but it's such a
proud
hard
of you,
thing.
bro.
But it's such a hard thing to adapt yourself to.
Yeah, it
like
is.
it's so fucking difficult, and I just like.
We're stubborn pricks. Like, we are.
And my kids are taking after me, and I'm just like, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stupid kid.
Can only blame yourself.
Do what I say, not what I do.
Exactly.
Stupid.
It's funny, like, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's a new show on Netflix called 100 Humans.
No, I haven't heard of it.
It's an social experiment show.
Okay.
And when you look at it the first time, you're like, this is going to be shit. But it's really good, actually. And they bring up a lot of good social experiments that I'm sure we've mentioned probably 3, 4, or 5 different things in this
So they
podcast
owe us,
alone.
basically,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Money, yeah. We should talk to
That they
Netflix.
sort of put to the test for reals.
Oh, cool.
And get stats and all of this stuff. So that's one of the first recommendations
Oh,
for
shit,
your
yeah.
quarantine.
No,
then.
we totally forgot that in the beginning.
But if you haven't checked that out, I recommend it. And it's only like maybe 7 or 10 episodes or something, unfortunately. But it's almost like Mythbusters, but with interesting things about
Okay. So
real
they're
life.
testing, instead of like testing theories on will I survive an explosion hiding behind a rock?
Yeah,
It's
not
basically
that.
social.
but,
but I mean
exactly.
they're just testing other things, and
It's
that's like how
like-
people
Yeah.
act. Yeah.
Like, does old people smell like old people? Like, is that an actual thing? Or stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was a stupid
But
example.
they do.
But they
My
do.
grandma
Yeah.
did smell like old people.
Yeah, every old person smells.
I don't wonder what that is though.
Watch the episode.
I'll watch the episode.
100 humans. But
Cool.
I mean, so that is the premise of the thing. They have 100 people,
Mhm.
and they just do these terrible things to them. It's great.
Yeah, in my mind now, like old people are decomposing before they die. It's just like you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God our listeners don't go that high, I think.
Oh, you never know.
Just like I'm 79, you sons of bitches.
It's
Fuck you in the ass. Ragnar 80.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
But yeah, fuck this.
Fuck it.
I don't know. Like, I haven't figured out this happy shit. There's still days where I just, I haven't, like, sometimes I'm just not happy. And I think that there's something wrong with me. But I'm guessing that, like, that we're all feeling this.
Yeah.
Like, daily routine thing where you do things without really contemplating anything, like Robert mentioned.
Exactly.
And I noticed something that we didn't have growing up. We couldn't compare ourselves to people.
Right. Yeah,
Social
that's right.
media, I think, really makes it look as though other people are living this super exciting life 24/7, like the highlights thing. And I think that might be causing a lot of I have no stats for this at all. But I think just being able to see what other people are doing, like, all the time. Like, before you could only see it, like, oh, Johnny Depp bought an island, like...
Yeah,
like,
one of those stupid magazines.
Yeah, exactly. And but today you could compare yourself to, like, basically anyone.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
And everyone has the Insta filter on their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just
That's what
looks
I mean.
like they're living this super fancy dream life with the, Lamborghinis and G-strings all over the place.
Exactly that. And
But
there
in
is,
real
like,
life, they're just living in this one-room apartment, saving every nickel they have so they can rent that Lamborghini and take another cool picture.
Cool picture, yeah.
They're probably depressed out of their fucking asses.
And I think we all fall prey to this.
Yeah. And this is the real pandemic. Like,
I think this might be, like, causing especially for young people. I think some older people don't give a fuck.
hell no. I mean, we're
But
right in between.
We're right in between. Yeah, we're in this. But I don't know, like, I think even when I post, like, my posts aren't Lamborghinis and margaritas and,
I wish.
and I don't have, like, skanky bikinis to take photos in.
Yeah,
yet.
right.
But but even when I post, like, when we're building Legos with my kids, you don't see the before when we, like, fought or argued, and
When Dean
whatever
forced you to build
to
Lego.
build Legos. And my initial reaction is like, oh, motherfucker, Legos. Build your own Legos. No, but there's still, like, some truth to that. Like, maybe right after we built Legos, I fight with my daughter, or we have an argument, or she's being rude, or I'm being an ass. Like, there's all these things that you're not privy to them. Like, we're all doing things. Like, just after, like, those happy photos, there's, like, this shitty moment that makes you feel like garbage.
Maybe we should Instagram those.
Yeah, but I don't know how to, like, when my kids are crying, I don't want to, like, take a photo.
Maybe that makes it, like, into a
But that's,
fun
like,
thing.
yeah, but their
but-
integrity. I'm just,
Yeah,
like, for likes.
yeah, I know.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I know.
But there's so many moments where, like, you just, like, you're not in an Instagram mood.
No.
Like, once you've, like, argued. And I'm the person that stays mad when I get mad for a long while. Like, too long for comfort. And it can mess up, hours. Whereas my kid just go into the other room, come back, and they're fine.
It's that stubbornness again.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I think...
Go frozen on the bitch, Elias.
Yes,
Go
that's
frozen
super
on it.
easy when you're angry, right?
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh,
fucking hate that song.
motherfucking let it go.
Yeah.
So we haven't figured out happiness. We're not going to figure out your happiness.
You figure that shit out
You
yourself.
figure that out.
God damn
We
it.
got nothing. Just change your mindset.
Yeah.
Solve it. That's actually something I've started saying to my daughter when she comes like that. Like, I'm thirsty. I'm like, solve it. Just, like, solve it. Just, where do you find water? She's like, in the tap. I'm like, ta-da. And then I move on. And it's never too, like, I never say it in a way where I'm like, like, well, yeah, the tap. Like, it's nothing. So we have the werewolf
got a
is
werewolf.
on. So we have this Halloween toy thing, decoration.
That was awesome.
I was like, the dog is here, and then, like, fuck, it's the werewolf.
It's the werewolf.
But I try to, like, when she's like, oh, Dad, I can't do this thing, or, like, I don't know where this is, and I'm like, try to solve it. I was like, where would you normally find your iPad? She's like, oh, it's on the counter or the living room table. I was like, have you looked? She's like, no. And then she
There you
and she starts solving it. Like, Dad, I'm cold. I was like, solve it. It's just that's all you get. Because I don't want to go get her things.
No.
I just want her to be able to solve these problems.
That's how my mom ruined me.
Oh, dude.
I was the biggest bitch when I was a kid. I was just sitting in the couch watching movies, which I do still.
Vatten.
Yeah.
Vatten.
Like, Mom, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, dude.
And then
I
she
did
just comes
that.
in with like
That's
soda
why
or
I
something.
hated like I don't do it anymore.
bitch.
But when I was a kid in my 20s and we were visiting
Late
my
30s.
mom, yeah, early or like late 20s,
Yeah.
even. I hated visiting my parents because I would get back into that like too easily.
Oh.
Like I wouldn't call for water like an asshole,
No.
but just like my mom bringing me shit when I'm on the couch where I could have just gotten them.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I should probably get some water, and then she comes in with a glass, and you're like, no, let's not get back into this.
Yeah.
I'll just go get my own glass of fucking water,
Exactly.
and just that it brings you back, like way back, like
Way back.
way back, like not liking this back,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know, ugh. So yeah, don't listen to us.
Yeah.
Do cool shit. Spend your time doing positive things. This we've
Exactly.
said before. So
Yes. Try to see the positive in all the negative that
yeah,
we've seen.
and you're still gonna get pissed off. You're gonna scream. You're gonna be the worst you that you can be.
The incredible bulk.
But the thing is, just like next time, be conscious of how you acted and how you felt, and
Exactly.
then just like try to do differently. I still fail daily on my initial reaction, and sometimes the words just slip out a little too fast.
Yeah. You need to go like the musket route, when you like I told you before, like, yeah, back in the day you were going to shoot somebody, you had to like fill up the gun, pack in that fucking gun thing,
powder, yeah.
and then put in the bullet, pack that in, put some more gunpowder in there, do that thing, and then by the
Snort some
time,
cocaine, wait for your target to show up. No.
yeah, by the time he shows up, you've already forgotten what the fuck you were angry
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Yeah, so take that 1-2 seconds and just like, actually, it wasn't that bad, or like, that was probably my fault, or like I shouldn't have reacted that. Like it will come to you pretty quickly if you can just take that initial thought and sort of pull the handbrake on it.
Fuck,
Just-
that is hard.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just like,
When you get into it, you are so into it.
I need to like,
That's why my
I
refrigerator
need
is
quips,
dented,
man. I just like, fast response, and it's
Yeah.
always the wrong thing to do
Yeah.
most of the time.
Most of the
like when it's like a thing with your spouse and not Robert
Yes.
or the podcast.
Because here we just want to get the funniest things out straight away.
Exactly, and the less you think about it, the funnier,
funnier
it is. Yeah,
exactly.
because I
Toilet
just
paper.
felt like when we did the live thing just before,
it was, yeah. It was,
it gets uncomfortable like fast.
yeah.
But when I'm drawing and sort of like doing something, I'm so much more comfortable and relaxed. Basically, like doing this.
Yeah.
And I can basically just talk to myself, but to you guys when doing the lives, that it's comfortable. But as soon as like we're setting up and we're not really setting up anymore because it's already set up,
Exactly.
it just gets, like I don't
Cringy.
know what to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah. It's just you become self-cautious. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's why
But-
we need to practice. We should do it more.
No. We should just ignore everything we've said to
Yeah.
this point and just recommend shit for the corona
Pandemic.
no, not
quarantine.
quarantine.
Yes.
Quarantine with the bunny ears in Sweden.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm not worried. I'm just gonna sort of like do things.
Well, it's called
That
at this point. It's called a self-quarantine, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you just committing to staying indoors as much as possible.
And it's not to stop corona, because you're not gonna be like
No,
you
that's
won't be
not
able to
gonna-
stop this.
No.
The idea is to just slow down the spread so that hospitals and stuff can catch
manage.
up to
Yeah.
so they can do their job without having like the whole country or region that you live in come in at the same time, so that the people that need help can get help.
Did you
And
hear
that
about
is what the quarantine is about.
Speaking of that, did you hear about the Älvsjömässan thing? That they're
No.
turning the whole mess hall into a corona hospital.
Oh shit, awesome.
So the military is coming in and like fixing it up So
Badass.
So we have room
I
for
had
more.
no idea.
Yeah, I know, but that's
Because haven't
again.
been like I'm
this
not
is,
worried.
This
'cause-
is like the people are like flagging. This is for real. This
no,
is for
it's
real.
definitely
Like,
for real.
we are joking a lot about stuff here, but
Mhm.
this is 100% legit scary stuff. Like you shouldn't
I
be.
really don't think it is
No, but
scary. Like I don't feel it. I know what you mean. But
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
taking it. I'm taking it seriously. I'm trying to do my part.
I mean,
staying
we're
away.
still
Yeah.
here doing the podcast.
Yeah.
If I was that scared, I wouldn't have come in. And
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
yeah.
working this week, for example.
But
All
I'm
of
just
that,
thinking, yeah. But I know you. But I'm thinking the way that you talk about it, because some like the hoarding people, like some people are, like me that don't get worried about shit unless it hits them in the face, and maybe not even then.
Mm,
And then there's the people that don't give a fuck.
yeah.
And then there's the people that give too many fucks, know,
Exactly.
and they're hoarding, they're digging out their garages to make like a bunker,
Yeah.
and they've already been doing this for years. I told you it's coming, Suzanne. And like I'm not worried at all, but I can respect it, and out of respect to fellow people, I'll just stay home.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit. Like there's tons to do at home.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like that's as long as you can do that, like don't do unnecessary things that you don't have to do outside.
yeah.
Like only do the shopping when you need to go shopping.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, toilet paper. That's what
Everybody,
it
yeah, everybody's told you this a billion times. The news, the people that you know,
Yeah.
Facebook, everybody. So sorry for just doing that again, but I had to. I fucking had to. But yeah, so
Yeah,
saving the quarantine, Elias.
yeah.
So-
saving the quarantine.
Let's do that into its own little segment.
Segment.
So tune instead of tool. We do
No, this is actually the
thing.
real retro, and then we're gonna do the retro homework after this.
Oh, okay.
Let's
So we have the
split it up.
retro homework.
retro
as,
and retro homework.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Welcome to the retro.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be locked inside if you're not an ass. And I'm not judging you, asshole.
you should be locked up.
No, but
Yeah.
but for those of you that are
Stuck
Locked
inside.
up. Yeah.
Maybe you have a little bit of a cold or something.
or social
and-
phobia or whatever.
yeah. Or you
Or
just
you
want
just-
some new tips.
What
for
is the
stuff.
word that everyone's throwing around right now that I hate? Social distancing?
Brown
That's the one. No, it's social distancing. I hate it. I'm so tired of hearing social distancing.
Yeah.
It's become the buzzword, like around like the whole COVID outbreak. But yeah, dude, what is your first recommendation?
So my first recommendation is something that we talked about pretty recently, and it's just because it just popped into my head.
Yay!
Yes.
Just kidding. But it sounded great in my head.
But I definitely recommend Deadly Class again
good. Yeah.
because Ilias gave me the tip. I checked it out. Of course.
Ooh, what is inside?
Ilias recommended the show. And I watched it, and it was so fucking good. I've recommended it to every one of my clients that I know have a little bit of an interest in sort of comic booky type shows or movies. It's still like a tween type show, so you need to go in knowing that. So some of those scenes, it's high school romance things and all of that stuff that kids go through, but done in such a great, dark, good way. So that's my first recommendation. Deadly Class. You can find it on Amazon Prime and probably
Via Play if you're in Sweden.
Yeah.
I think that's where I saw it.
I've seen it there, but I saw it on Prime, so that's why I got Prime in the beginning.
Okay, cool. Okay, my recommendation is on Netflix and has been for a while. Over the Garden Wall.
I haven't seen it.
It's so good. I think it's just one season, and it's, let's see how many episodes. 10 episodes, complete story.
Nice.
And it's so cozy, and the episodes are super short. They're like 11 minutes, long.
Nice.
And it's about these kids that are out. I don't remember if they were Halloweening or something. They get over this garden wall, and then shit happens.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really good.
Nice. Is it also like a tween type show?
No,
or
it's
is it
like-
more grown uppy or more kidsy or like
Like
where would
the
you put it?
The thing is, I would say that it's made for both.
Okay.
But I think the story that they're telling is a bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
And also the things that happen, like there's a lot of like the first episode they say this and it has something to do with the last episode and blah 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 and back and forth, and that shit flies over kids' head. Like it even I missed it.
Oh,
and
really?
then I watched this, like sort of thing at the end that explained a lot of things, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, fuck me, yeah, and it's such a smart little show, but it is like silly, like it's. But it's beautiful, like, and the storytelling is like it's dark and gloomy, and it's always like super, like there's like this uncomfortable like feeling to it. I don't know how to explain it.
It's
Like, I
like
haven't
a weight
Yeah,
or
it's a
something.
bit like uncomfortable and scary
Okay.
because they're little kids. They're in this like weird world, and oh man, it's so good.
All right. So over the
They're
hedge.
over the garden wall.
Over the garden wall.
Over the hedge.
Over the
is
hedge
the
is
other movie.
yeah.
That is a fun one as well.
Steve Carell is the
The
squirrel.
Yeah.
Who drinks Red Bull.
Yeah, or
That's
an
like the
energy
one
drink,
thing
yeah.
that I remember.
So what's your second one?
My second one. All right, I'm gonna go old school.
Mhm.
We've said it before, and
Do it.
it's an anime.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter x Hunter.
Very nice.
I just saw that they released the first couple of episodes on DVD now on the Sci-Fi Bookstore. I was really close to buying it, but it's like just 13 episodes, and it's,
Yeah.
it's too expensive to buy just 13
Yeah,
episodes.
it's just 13, yeah.
So I want like complete seasons or the whole thing. But if you have any sort of anime place that you go to watch anime and they have it, definitely one of my all-time favorite animes. Like the more I think about it, and I've revisited the show multiple times, but never actually finished it.
I haven't seen it. Is it a complete one now?
I think it's semi-complete. Like
Yeah.
it's done to the point where you can stop where it finishes and, move on with your life.
Yeah.
But it continues in manga, and I've heard that they're gonna pick it up again and continue the show. Like, I'm not too overly excited about that, but just as far as it's gotten, I really love it. The first couple of episodes might just put you off because it does,
slow, yeah.
it doesn't start slow, I would say, but it starts very cheeky or, a little bit too anime, if you know what I mean.
No, I dropped off early, like when they were like the wild boar episode.
Exactly. It's
That's where
stuff
I
like that,
dropped
and
off. I was
it's
like,
sort
ugh.
of very stupid
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Like, the over-the-top anime stuff and very childish. But
Yeah.
sort of
I remember.
almost right after that,
Yeah,
it
that's what I've
starts
heard as well.
getting-
just after the pig
yeah,
thing that I
it
dropped
starts
off
getting
is
a
where it
lot
starts getting better.
darker and more serious, and it keeps getting darker and more serious
Okay.
to the point where it's like very serious. And the
But just to sell it, what is it about? Like just
so
the sort
we
of
we
synopsis.
follow a little dude. I think he's 12 years old, sort of Naruto type character, like the first impressions of the guy, Gon, who is becoming a hunter, which is like this thing that you can become. You have to go through this test to become a hunter, and once you become a hunter, you get privileges that normal people won't get. You can travel to different countries. You get a lot of money from the state. If you're a hunter, you can become a doctor, stuff like that. It's like a
Okay, it was that deep? Like,
yeah.
I thought it was
it
just
covers
about,
a
okay, yeah.
lot of different things. But his only reason to do this is to find his dad, who left to become a hunter and left his whole family. And Gon is like, instead of being angry with his dad, Gon is very much like I used to be. He's always seeing things in the positive way. more like gullible, you know. He's
like naive.
naive
like,
and gullible. Yeah, very much so. But very like there's always like a little bit of a lesson when he realizes stuff like that. But his journey, his arc is fantastic, and it's so great to see him evolve into what he becomes.
Okay, so that's why it maybe starts off that childish, like if they had that big story, like overlaying story arc.
And then of course it's anime, so you have
Yeah.
characters that are just brutally awesome. Like Killua is my favorite character. He's also a 12-year-old kid, but he's like this super ninja assassin.
Oh yeah, the one that he meets when they're walking through like a
Exactly.
tunnel or some shit. Yeah.
It's just really fucking
Okay,
awesome.
I'll check if they've completed it because I hate watching ongoing things,
Yeah.
especially anime.
But yeah, so what's your second one?
My second one is one that we've mentioned so many times, I think, and it's just such a like during like we're talking about being happy, and this show really makes me happy, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Fuck yeah.
Like it's a brilliant like from season 1 to season 6.
Consistently
Consistently
fucking
funny,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
They just
I'm
like
rewatching
you
it at the moment.
love the characters and you'd never stop loving them.
No.
Like you love them all for their different stupid shit. And that show just like I sit by myself and I just start laughing.
Yeah.
And that never happens. Like
It's
that
true.
never happens with anything else. Like
Yeah. Just
I watch stand-up comedy and I think it's funny, but I've laughed more with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Because Andy's just fucking
genius.
brilliant.
He's
Yeah,
such a
he's-
genius. His comedic timing is perfect.
Yeah.
But also like the diverse cast that they have, like
Oh,
each
it's so
character, like you
good,
said,
yeah.
is so
like Boyle,
extreme.
just
It's-
Boyle, like the way he
Oh,
reacts
so
to
good.
things.
Yeah.
It's just like no, and he says things that are just so weird, and
handing
it's
out
so good.
STDs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, yeah, and even the Peralta's girlfriend,
Amy
Santiago, yeah. Even her character, like you totally get the character and you like her as well. And the female cast is like super strong, like Sully and what's the other guy? Sully and
Something with an H.
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock, yeah. Like they're also so good. Like
Yeah.
and they have smaller roles.
That's because it's
But-
all wart.
Yeah. but it's just like even their small parts play such a big like they add such a dynamic to they add to the dynamic of the whole team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like sitting is hard, Rosa when she's doing the challenge
Yeah.
with them. But it's just like it's so good. Like everyone that joins that show just like it's just so good. I don't know, man. I love that show.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of my favorites too. And like I said, I'm rewatching it now. Like, so I just
No, I
restarted.
could watch it as well, just to like until
Man.
Netflix like releases season 6,
Yeah.
like for real, so I don't have to watch through those like weird fucking sites.
And they're just equally funny. Like
Oh,
each
dude,
episode
I love
is
them. Yeah, dude.
like I think I laugh out loud at least once every episode.
Dude,
And
even the first episode when I rewatch it, like the Melipnots
oh
thing.
my god,
And Ubalancera, dude, totally
Yes.
forgot to send it again. After you telling me to pack it from like last week. Oh fuck, I'm never gonna remember, dude.
that's
Just
what you get. Nothing.
I'll send you the book in a pen. I promise. I can't guarantee that it'll be this year, but I'll definitely get it to you. This is what happens when you don't make it official.
Yeah,
Like official.
non-official.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But fuck yeah, that show, like, it's pure gold.
yeah. I'm
If
trying
you
to
like
think.
this show,
yeah, then you're gonna love.
you're gonna love that show because
100%.
people that know how to be funny are doing it.
Yeah.
We're just idiots.
Yes.
Yeah.
all right.
That is mine.
Should we do one last show then? Maybe.
do it.
I have a few quick ones. Just some really new shows. I know I said that I was finished, but
we're
I
never
just wanted
finished,
to
dude.
say The Outsider for on
Never.
HBO.
Yeah.
very good. It's finished now, the first season.
Like finish.
I think it's 8 or 9 episodes based off of a Stephen King book. And yeah, I enjoyed it from start to finish. I'm pretty sure it's like finished. So it's only 1 season. Really, really good actors, great. The whole story, the whole show is really good. It's a detective type show with sort of supernatural elements to it because it's based off of Stephen King novel. So it is a bit weird, but done in a really good way. So almost, in the way that Shawshank Redemption is a Stephen King book and done really well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but with more supernatural element to it. So that's really good. Lock and Key, very good. Like not at all the same level as Outsider, but still good. And just started watching Hunters on Prime, which is the new show with Al Pacino, and they are Nazi hunters. And it's done very sort of almost, I don't know why, but I keep thinking of Kick-Ass when I think of that show.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very serious because they're hunting Nazis, and Nazis are terrible people. But it's done fun and again with sort of a comic book type feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Very like over the top, but not too over the top. So some quick other recommendations if you haven't seen those and you don't know what to watch if you've seen the other stuff that we mentioned. So.
And I'm gonna go with something different, actually. I
surprise me, Elias.
Let me see if I know the name correctly, just to be sure.
Daybreak?
No, it's not a show. It's stand-up.
What?
Everybody needs to check out Andrew Schultz. And this guy is fucking hilarious. He's like, he does these, like where he's talking to crowds on shows.
Is he the guy that sings a lot?
No.
No?
It's this guy here.
Oh, I haven't seen that guy.
Dude, he's brilliant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He has, like, if you look up Andrew Schultz, like, the Schultz part is SCHULZ. And, oh, man, he's so funny. Like, he really doesn't filter himself. He talks about everything. And he's just like, I don't know, like he really nails it. And I think he's like the funniest person out there right now because I watch a lot of stand-up comedy and I like the variety of comedians. But Andrew Schultz is fucking brilliant. And he's not doing, Netflix specials or anything.
Okay.
He's just basically, like, if you look him up on Instagram and on YouTube, he's just like posting shit all the time. Super funny. Like, I haven't really checked his YouTube. I just watch the clips on his like Instagram stories or not the Instagram stories, the IGTV thing. And he's so fucking funny. Like he talks about everything, anything that has to do with the immigration people, like he just like he seems to have like his finger on the pulse basically, like he just knows what's happening and he's making fun of everything. And it's just, like, so on the money. Like, it makes you happy listening to him, like, tackle these things. Like, if you think that we don't have any boundaries, this guy has less. And it's
all right.
And it's done with such good humor as well. He even invited, like, this guy to come up on stage and do, like, 10, like, what was it, like, a minute of stand-up or something because he made a bet with his friends. They were going to give him like $300 if he managed to get Andrew Schultz to like get him on stage. And because you if someone's doing a show, you're not going to get up there for a minute and like steal a minute of their time, you know.
No.
And he just gets the guy up and he's like, yeah, we're splitting the money, right? And, know, like, and then he's like, no, you keep the money. Thank you. That was brilliant. And then he just like, like he just does the thing. And he's really good. And his opinions are fun. Like, you don't have to agree with any of them because it's stand-up. That's the thing. And it's just, like, I don't know. He makes me happy. Like, every time he pops up, I just start watching a couple of clips that I've missed, because Instagram doesn't show you anything.
All right.
But yeah, Andrew Schultz.
Nice.
Awesome. I can totally recommend it in these dark times. And he's also joked about Corona and, you know, like, just do shit. They've, like, the government has told you to stay home and do things you want to do, basically.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's funny. Funny guy.
Nice. I will check him out.
Mm-hmm. And I have a couple of other ones just to, like, from other episodes as well.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen The Boys
Oh, God.
on Amazon,
Yes.
it's a different take on superheroes. So if you're tired of, you know, like, like, the Marvel stuff, the DC stuff, you should really watch The Boys, where it's basically like a company like Disney owning superheroes and, you know, the whole thing. And how
Such a
that world
brilliant show.
is sort of built up.
Mm.
And even with just the first season, like, you don't really need a second season.
No.
Like, I think they complete it in a way where there is a possibility to continue. But
Not
even if this
necessary.
was all, like, if the show was canceled today, you would not feel like you needed more.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's open for both. I don't even know how they're going to make an interesting second season.
No.
Because for
Same.
me, this was, like, awesome. And then I wanted to recommend Final Space again.
Oh, yeah.
This, like, over-the-top,
so good.
silly fucking cartoon.
I just recently finished the second season.
Oh, you did,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Such a fucking good show. I don't know how they managed. Like, it's super silly.
It's very, like, yeah, very silly and stupid,
And it
but it
takes a
has the
bit-
feels. Like,
Yeah, it has the feels, and that is why I love this show.
It's so impressive, really,
Yeah.
how they made that happen.
And when the animations are like happening fast paced, you know, like when it's like stuff happening, like when there's a lot of stuff happening, it's so well animated
Yeah.
that you feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then, like, after that silly shit, there's like emotional things, and there's crying, and there's, you know, like, loss and frustration, and
And really, like, those, what would I, you know, when you get those choices, like,
yeah, exactly.
it's like between a rock and a hard place
Yeah,
type
exactly,
things, but
yeah.
like so extremely dark and serious.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it just turns on you, like,
brilliant.
and they've balanced it so well. Whereas Futurama, that I loved, it was just silly. You
Yeah.
never felt anything for
That's-
anyone
it's
in
Simpsons
that
in
sense.
space, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's Simpsons in space, but funnier.
funnier,
in
yeah. I'm
And-
rewatching that too at the
I
moment.
need to rewatch that as well. But this one is a little of what Futurama was,
Yeah.
but better animated, in my opinion, because
Well,
we've gotten
it's
better.
newer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've gotten better. And it has such emotional value. Like, they
And depth,
really,
yeah.
they've really balanced the jokiness and the depth to the characters.
And again, story arcs, like character arcs with,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Oh, shit, I don't remember anything, like,
Ga-
names
Ga-
right now.
Gary.
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 There you
the
go.
main, the main.
I
dude.
love you, Gary.
Yeah, like his
Oh, fucking
story
leave me
arc
alone.
is
Yeah.
is so great too,
Yeah.
because he's such a goofball,
Mhm.
and he's
But
like he is the most stupid guy ever. You think?
He's so shallow, like, in the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you feel like. This is an asshole.
And then he just gets to prove himself over and over and over and over again,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much. But you know, always messes up a little bit too. But that character is
But
perfect.
2 solid seasons, like,
Yeah,
so
really,
like,
really solid.
I didn't even know, like, even the second season for me, like, I just felt even more
Yeah.
when I saw that.
Yeah,
It
they
was
just
I was
cranked it
just-
up a little
yeah,
bit, but still in the same.
without ruining it. Yeah.
And you can watch it seamlessly throughout.
Oh,
like
yeah, dude.
it doesn't feel like next season like that.
Yeah.
Even though
it's just,
it does, but
it is, but it isn't. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
again, like with everything else in the show,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah,
It's such a well balanced. I think it's one of the best shows that is both, and I guess BoJack Horseman also has that,
Like Rick
but
and
it's
Morty.
a different, yeah. And like, those are great shows to go through, like, all of those.
Oh, yeah.
But then I wanted to end on what was it? Oh yeah, a classic, Samurai Champloo. If you have not seen this, it's one of the best animes for one reason and one reason alone. It's because it only has the one season.
Yeah.
They had a story they wanted to tell, and they just told that story.
How many episodes? 60?
25.
20? No, it's more than
Samurai Champloo is just 25 episodes. I thought it was 26, but it was 25, or it was 26. It's not more than that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's that short.
That's
and the
right.
best thing about it, like just to give you like the story, for those of you that haven't seen it,
What's
it's-
wrong with you people? Jesus. No.
that is my first thought.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try not to go the
No, but that's the
negative
thing,
way.
because I wanted to recommend that, but it's
Yeah.
also like you go into your head and like, no, but everybody's seen it.
Yeah,
You know?
but I don't think
yeah.
everyone
No,
has,
no,
because some
Guaranteed. they
like
haven't.
cause it's a newer generation out there. Maybe that one came like
it's
a bit.
it's a
under
little
the
bit older
radar.
now.
Yeah,
It is.
but like I've checked clips and it still holds up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this girl saves two samurais that are not friends. They want to kill each other basically.
Yeah.
And they end up in jail, and she saves them on the like. She saves them, but only if they help her find someone. She's looking for a specific person, and they are to help her find the person before they kill each other.
And that's it.
And that's it. That's all you need to know. So one is a classic trained samurai, and one is a thug.
Yeah.
And just the way that they balance like this traditional samurai stuff with the sort of breakdancing type of thugness, like capoeira type
Yeah.
of fighting samurai guy, is just brilliant. And then they have this hip hop element to it.
Yeah, the whole show is sort of almost like the red thread throughout the whole thing is
Yeah,
hip-hop.
but it's in feudal Japan, so imagine
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And it's just such a weird combination.
But
And the
everything
rap
works.
is so weird as well. Like
Yeah.
it's Japanese type
haiku, not
yeah.
haiku.
It's just it's just
super weird.
awesome. It
Yeah.
works though. Like it's part of the show.
Yeah, and the US dub works too.
Oh yeah, the
So-
US dub is actually
It's really good.
it's really good.
Yeah,
But it's you know like the classical anime thing without sucking.
yeah, and it's not. That's the good thing about that show is that it's not, the over the top anime. Like
Yeah,
you don't
oh,
get
no,
those
no, no,
big
no.
eyes and those sort of silly expressions.
I think they just
Like-
kept that for Fu.
Yeah,
Like she
like,
has a little
a
of
little
that.
of it exactly.
Like
but
when
not
she eats, and then they have her be chubby.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
exactly.
That's just brilliant. But-
all of it is done just I don't know,
But
just the right way.
Yeah, I don't know, like, and just the fighting and the movements, like the animation, it never feels cheap.
No, definitely not. The fights.
Yeah,
are
the fights
awesome.
are brilliant, and sometimes they're just a few seconds long.
Yeah.
Like done.
But just
But you
yeah.
get the satisfaction that comes with it. It's so great
Yeah.
that you're satisfied for another 15 minutes, and then the
Exactly.
episode is over.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like I like this story that it is a pretty like it's not a super deep story. It's like we're searching
Yeah.
for this guy, and then it's that story, and then the shit happens along the way. But even the times where they have these like drift off episodes where it's basically about nothing,
It's
even
still
those
fun.
episodes, yeah, like the baseball one.
Yeah. Oh, it's one
That
of my
episode
favorites.
has nothing to do with the rest of the fucking story. Maybe they get a clue or something, but it's basically they
Oh, yeah,
wanted
they
to do this episode. That's basically it. Like,
Yeah.
They were like, okay, we'll just have this guy know something and then they'll play for it or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember really. It's been years. But it's brilliant. And it is, like you said, one of the best fucking episodes. It's
It's just like
I hate baseball. Like I've tried watching baseball.
they make it look so fun
They make
and
it
cool.
look so fun, yeah.
Yeah.
With the weird perspectives and the fisheye perspectives and the,
how he
just
throws the fucking ball.
like, and it's
So good.
it's just like a different thing to play around with animation
Yeah.
and really appreciate the skill and the work they put into this show.
Mm-hmm.
And after 25, 26 episodes, it's over.
Yeah.
And you don't want you want more,
No.
but they don't milk it because it's that good.
Exactly. I wouldn't want more.
No.
Like
No,
it is.
no, no,
It's
no.
finished. It's done.
No, I just want more because I want to love the characters.
But that's why
But
I
don't.
rewatch
but-
it.
Yeah.
And
it
rewatch
has
it and
a
rewatch it.
great rewatch value.
Yeah. No, it's and the baseball episode is one of the few that
One
I
of the
have
fuck-
rewatched the
Dude,
most.
Yeah. It's a
So
brilliant
damn good.
episode.
Yeah. But it's made by the guy who did
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, and
That isn't as solid though. Like I tried, like it's good.
it's really good, but it's
But
not.
it's-
I don't rewatch it as much as I do
I
Shampoo.
like the idea of it, but I feel that it
But it's
breaks-
because it's
yeah.
so much longer, or not so
Yeah.
much, because
But
it's
it-
also finished. It's
It's
Cowboy
finished, yeah,
Bebop
yeah.
is definitely on my
No, it
top
is,
5
it's
animes.
really good, yeah. But
And
I haven't watched it in years now.
It holds up. It
holds
does.
up?
Yeah. It's more like one of those good classic westerns now. Like
Okay,
it's aged well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll try to
Uh,
watch that.
And
at
it
some
is. It's again the same with Shampoo. It's got so many different layers to it. You know, it's still very silly. It's still really good action, but it's also very serious. And it's not afraid to sort of jump between the two and make fun of itself.
point.
Sometimes, all of that. So yeah, both of those shows are 100% recommended. Like you should definitely see it if you haven't. And
Yeah, fuck. And if you watch any of these and you hate them, whatever you do,
let us know.
let us know. That would
Yeah.
be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. And then I couldn't live with myself if I didn't recommend The Mandalorian.
I still haven't watched it. I
Yeah.
was gonna say like to watch it. Like I think I'm gonna just rewatch it from the beginning again.
Yeah,
And when we have our guest, because I really want it to be fresh.
yeah. But to me, it's one of the more perfect shows. Like it's got everything that I would ever want to see in a show. So it's just pure egotistical reasons here. It's just I love it so much. And why isn't it on DVD yet or Blu-ray? Why do I say DVD nowadays?
Yeah, what the fuck, Disney?
Yeah.
Put out.
Put it
it's
out.
Corona times, bitch.
Do it. Stop hogging it.
Yeah, brah. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's go to move on.
Let's
thing.
let's go move
Let's
on.
go move
Let's
on.
go to move
Let's
on.
go to the move on.
Yes.
And we're back with retro homework. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh
went-
shit, no. Which yes. Yeah.
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 I just
You should have watched the movie by now.
You should have. Because
It
now
is-
we've been babbling for enough time for you to actually watch the movie.
Yeah.
So it's the movie we were. The movie we watched today was Mallrats.
Yep.
Mallrats, we just realized, pretty much sums up our entire childhood, or
Or
at
like
least
who we are.
teenage.
Yeah, like who we turned
our whole
into.
lives.
Yeah.
Our whole
I don't know.
lives.
Like
For sure.
it is insane. Yeah.
Yeah, even I just I could pick out the one clip in the movie. It's like 10 seconds long, and it just summarizes everything in my life, pretty much.
Is that the one where you put your hand around them, but you don't know where to put the other hand, and
Yeah,
then it's just not.
I know exactly what he means.
I love that. Oh, so good.
But yeah, so Mallrats, made by the elusive and always awesome Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Second movie he did, which is, I think it's such a huge leap from Clerks. But,
It is. It
but
is.
still not a super huge leap. Even, put them beside each other, yes, you could definitely see that one has a lot of money, the other one has no money,
Yeah.
pretty much. But the same soul, spirit,
Yeah.
and humor, and dialogue, and everything is in both.
Yeah.
It's only done...
But it's just the dialogue that is like
That's-
carrying these movies,
yeah,
basically.
That's all it is.
like because Clerks, nothing happens in Clerks.
That's
I
just a
think
talking movie.
It's
Yeah.
basically just them talking.
Yeah.
And make a movie where people just talk for 1.5 hours and
Smoke. It's
and make
another one of those. Yeah.
and just like making that last and not get boring. It takes a special type of writing.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like Clerks super young, like
Yeah.
around the time it came out, basically when it started hitting, like video stores or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it was.
Maybe we were like 12, 13.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember when it came out in Sweden, but it was early and I appreciated it so much. And the older I got,
The more you appreciate it.
better it got
Yeah,
because I was just getting the references more.
Exactly.
And Mallrat basically just picks that up and just does more with it.
Yeah.
And
It's more characters that you sort of follow a little bit, and
But I can so relate to them.
Yes.
Like the frustrations, the naivete about these, like, the things that happen, the annoyance. The kid is back on the escalator again. You know, like, just like,
yeah,
I know exactly the kid on the fucking escalator. Like, yes. And it's just, I think what I love the most about this movie is something that you pointed out before when it started. Like, there's so much happening in this movie, but it's not visual.
yeah,
It's like me and Robert are having a dialogue, but there's this third person that's totally focused on something different, like the escalator. And someone's talking like super like aggressively or like
intense
intense conversation about comic books. And then the other guy's like, her father did this on, he's in a different, he's totally like,
he's doing his own thing.
and it adds so much depth to this movie that I had totally not forgotten because we were fucking.
Yeah, we were narrating the whole
narrating
movie.
the movie. It's like when you said that we had foresight.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was
Like,
this
we
is
just-
how it feels to have foresight.
Yeah, we knew every fucking line in this movie.
There was no surprise in
No,
this movie.
not at all. Not at all.
But I haven't seen this movie. Like, I think last time I saw this movie was pre-2007 when I saw it last when I lived in Sundbyberg. And that was like 2006, 2005.
Yeah.
So that is the last time I remember seeing this movie.
The last time I remember seeing it was in Eskilstuna when I was
Cool.
studying. So yeah, around
that's-
maybe 2009,
9, yeah.
something like that.
Holy dicks, dude.
But it still holds up.
But I was afraid that it wouldn't hold
Yeah.
up, because I've grown, my perspectives have changed. No, this
No.
movie is fucking nailing it.
Yeah.
Like, it's, and
But for us, it's nailing it.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
So
for
this
us.
is really the interesting part here. So for all you listeners out there that are a little bit in the younger generation and might
Yeah.
not have seen this, we really want to know what you think of this movie,
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
because this is so I think it came out in 97 or was made around 97 at least.
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah.
So where
Which
this
still
movie
blows my mind.
where this movie takes place, there is no internet. Internet is not a big thing in this
There
movie.
are no phones as well. There's no cell
there's
phones.
no cell phones. People talk about cable as like cable TV as a big thing,
Mhm. It came out in 95.
95.
Thank you,
Good,
motherfucker. I
good.
thought that
That's
it was
so-
weird
yeah,
that
that's
the
good.
Phantom came like
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
No.
This one came out.
Okay, 95. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot
Good.
more sense. Whew. Just had to get that out there.
So yeah, for us, this is our childhood. This is how we grew up. We
Mm-hmm.
were around, well, not the same age as them. We're a little bit younger than the people in the movie, but we were sort of those mall rats. Like,
Yep.
you went to the mall because you didn't have any other place to go.
You just hung out there.
Yeah. Or you went to the parking house.
The parking garage thing. Yeah.
just to skateboard and
you
just
hung out in
hang.
places.
Yeah.
You just hung out. You didn't have money.
No, that's
Have
all we did. We
20
just-
crowns, and then you shared it with a friend.
Exactly. You didn't have cigarettes, but hopefully somebody in the group had cigarettes, so you didn't have to buy them.
Or you just put your money together, basically,
And bought
and then
cigarettes.
you bought one pack that like 20 people shared.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like, and it was amazing. And this movie really encapsulates that whole era of our existence.
And that you had to go to people's door and knock.
Exactly. What's that all about?
What the fuck?
What if he isn't at home?
Yeah,
Or
you
what if
just-
he doesn't want to hang out?
Yeah, it's
No,
so
you just-
fucking weird.
Yeah, you ring the doorbell and then just hang out. It's so good. And so with seeing this now, after seeing Reboot, I just love Reboot a little bit more now again. So this is Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. It just
Fucking
came
watch
out
that,
on Blu-ray and DVD and on demand and all of that stuff. So if you are a Kevin Smith fan, this movie is made for you, like 100%. It's all about just celebrating that little universe that Kevin Smith has created, and just doing it.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
You should.
Yeah.
You should definitely, like, even just to give a little bit back to Kevin Smith, you know.
Definitely, dude.
But yeah, just Mallrats, and seeing it, you know, it also makes me realize how much more I love comics and that whole lifestyle, and it's, you know, it's got everything really.
Yeah.
And of course, nostalgia is a big part of this movie for us. So
Without a doubt, dude.
yeah, it shaped us. It made us.
But I
these
think
talking
not
idiots.
having seen it, I still I still get the stuff that they're talking about.
Yeah.
So I think I could appreciate it. I don't know how much I would love it, but this movie, like, for knowing it basically word for word, it still delivered so much joy and enjoyment. Like, it was the first time that I, like Chronicle, when we watched it, like, it was surprisingly well made and still sort of like brought all those emotions that hyped it out the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
That, like, it was just so well produced that it worked. And this movie is no different. Like, the nonsensical sort of like dialogue that they have, and that it's constantly like giving you like silly topics and things that they're talking about
Yeah.
that mean nothing to anyone else except, you know, that bubble universe that you're in when you're at that age.
Yeah.
When you're like 18 and you think you're grown up and you talk about shit like it's like important, but it's just nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just like you're not like developed enough to notice yet. You know, like
Exactly.
you're too close to it.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's just like I can't explain it.
No. But it really makes me want to go back and watch Clerks again.
Yeah, same.
And just see, so Clerks and Chasing Amy that you brought up.
Yeah.
That one, I saw that one, I wouldn't say recently, but maybe a year ago or so. And it still holds up, it does, but it is more of a downer type of movie.
Oh, it is way more of a downer
Because
movie.
that was his sort of first serious
yeah.
attempt.
But I like that it's sort of the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it still has his dialogue. It's still
yeah.
very, like, that fun sort of cheeky dialogue, which is all of his movies pretty much. And I think he's lost it more and more the more Hollywoodified he got.
Yeah, when
like
he had
with Jersey
investors,
Girl
yeah.
and
Jersey Girl was weird.
even Zack and Miri Make a Porn isn't really.
Is that him?
Yeah.
No, that's not Kevin Smith.
Yeah. That's when he started smoking weed.
What?
That's when he met Seth Rogen, and Seth Rogen was stoned all the time, but could still work and function like even better than when he wasn't stoned. And
What?
he brought.
I saw this movie without knowing.
There you go. So he actually, after they did that movie, Kevin Smith started smoking weed, and he realized that, holy shit, it works for me in that way. And now, well, he's the biggest fucking weed connoisseur in the world, pretty much. So, yeah, fun fact.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised about the movie. It's just like, what? It's the one where they make the porno tape, they send it in, right? And then they try to get back or something like that?
No, this is because they...
Which one is this?
They're losing their jobs, and they need to make money.
Oh, yeah.
So they decide to make a porno that is a Star Wars porno, and it just doesn't really work out.
Yeah, now I see which one it is. Yeah.
So it's, I mean, it's a fun movie. But it doesn't feel like a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have that type of dialogue in it.
Yeah.
So it definitely died after Chasing Amy. I think he probably got a lot of backlash for doing that one. I know Dogma has a lot of that sort of talk, and it's still fun to watch. Actually, that would be fun to watch today, because I haven't seen that in ages.
Yeah, I remember being liking a lot of the dialogue in it, like the holy bartender and the.
That's the
stuff
thing.
like
Like,
that.
I'm sure we would appreciate it more now.
I
Like,
think so too.
grown up and understanding more about sarcasm.
No, but Buddy Jesus and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Like, what was? Am I dreaming this or was? Shit. What's that guy with the bug eyes? He's got the whole world.
Steve Buscemi.
Thank you. Was he in it? Or did I dream this?
He's not in it.
He's not in it.
Nope.
Fuck, I thought he was in it.
Do you know
for some
which
reason.
sort of what character he might have played?
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe I'm just like
Because there's a lot of bigger names in that movie.
Yeah,
Salma
I remember.
Hayek
Yeah,
and
Chris
Chris
Rock.
Rock. Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Dogma.
What's his name? Snape, who died.
Oh shit! Yeah, I never remember his name. Like I keep reading it and I keep forgetting it.
Yeah, me too.
Equally fast.
So sad.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
There you
Fuck
go.
it! It's
Yeah.
so easy. George Carlin.
Yeah.
George Carlin, the comedian, is in
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Fuck! I totally had forgotten.
The cocksucking hitchhiker.
Yep.
The code.
Oh, the code of the road. Oh my god. Yeah, they have all of that.
And Chris Rock is awesome in that movie too. Like the 13th Apostle.
Yeah. Oh man. And then we have Brian from both Clerks, like the leading Clerks, and
Oh yeah.
he's also in it.
Yeah.
I don't remember his part in it though. Like
He's just a
anything.
reporter.
Oh,
He's-
that's what
yeah.
he was. Yeah. And then of course,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Yeah. No, everybody is in the movie.
Yeah. Everyone. Oh, but yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the early Kevin Smith movies, the dialogue was different. Like,
Yeah.
I think as soon as it became more mainstream, it became real dialogue, you know, like it is in movies. Whereas in the early movies, like
just
Mallrats,
was.
he was just writing dialogue for the shit of it, basically.
Like
And
it
it's
felt-
believable enough in his universe,
That's
you know,
it.
like it's basically what we do,
Yeah.
but on a larger scale.
But that's what I think he did. He pretty much just took conversations with his friends and put that conversation into an extraordinary situation.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
kept
yeah.
that conversation.
yeah.
And then I'm just imagining what he must have gone through when he became as big as he did with after Clerks.
Yeah.
What I would assume you go into, trying to reproduce that,
your own work, yeah,
and
that
you're
is
like
horrible.
trying to be yourself, instead of being yourself.
yeah.
Because I think we've all fell into that trap many times
So many
drawing,
times,
because you know that people like that and you did that so effortlessly,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're trying to reproduce that again,
no
and
one
it just
gives a
never
fuck,
exactly, yeah. The
That is
never-ending loop of disappointment,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But just like in Mallrats,
Mm.
there's like the parts that lead the story forward, and then there's the nonsensical parts in between, like the guy that's looking onto that like 3D, or like where you have to focus your stare. Like
I don't know what that's called.
I don't know, like 3D. I think they were not 3D. Fuck.
Yeah, but it
it's-
is 3D. Like when it actually appears, it looks
Yeah,
like
I don't
it's
remember.
a little bit like a hologram thing.
But it's basically those like noisy images, and then when you look into, like when you relax
You
your
squint
eye,
your
you
eyes,
squint
yeah.
your eye, you can see like something in those scribbles basically,
Yeah.
and then there is like a sailboat or something. And in this movie, it plays such a big part, but it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it all leads up to the end. Like they have a lot of these like returning like conversations that just
Gags almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it's like, oh, and he's gonna screw her somewhere really uncomfortable.
What, like in the back of a Volkswagen?
That is the fucking, and it just keeps coming back.
But it's genius.
But it is such a fun thing, and they do that with so many things.
Yeah.
It's like it's a known thing in that universe,
Exactly.
and they just keep bringing it up. And I don't know, man. Like, it's just so brilliantly done.
Yeah.
He's really built like through 2 movies that he's done so far, like when Mallrats came out.
Yep.
He's already built this like ecosystem where these people live, and
Yeah.
the way they talk, and my cousin blah blah blah, and my my uncle blah 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 did this, and it's told so well, like, and the Brody, the character, like when he tells you stuff, he just does it so fucking well. Jason Lee.
Yeah.
He just like, he's so natural at this without knowing it himself, but he's so much fun to listen to. He just rants about comics and Sega and just like,
It's so fun. And he had no interest in comics at all. He was a skater dude that was known for, I think, like he's even got like his own trick named after him. Like, so he was a legit pro skater that just sort of auditioned for this movie because who knows?
Why not?
Like, no ambition to really become an actor, and apparently didn't do, like, he didn't know what to do in any scene, so like Kevin Smith had to like guide him through every scene and tell him how to approach and what to think and how to deliver lines and all this. And when you watch the movie, it's so natural. Like, it just feels like him talking like a day in his life. So it's
so genuine when he does it. Like, he delivers them. Like, it never feels... Because there are some people in that, like, movie, there's no acting whatsoever.
No.
It's like, oh, no, and holding their foreheads, and it just looks fake.
Yeah, even Ben Affleck in this is still not, like, a good actor.
No.
Like,
none of them. I think he's the only one... Like, while someone's talking and he sees the kid back on the escalator,
exactly.
and he's like, he's not saying anything yet.
Yeah.
And you just see on his face. Yeah, he's so annoyed.
Yeah.
And so...
that kid is back. That kid is back on the escalator.
And the inflection that he puts on his words. Like, I remember that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's...
The exact
within
tone.
me.
And
Yeah, you could just, like...
It's almost like a musical choreography, like for us.
Dude, that's what it feels like.
We could just stand up right
the
now and
kid is back on the escalator. You know, like, it's just so... it's the frustration. Like, you feel it, although you're not frustrated at that thing. You know, like, he just delivers the way that I feel when I'm annoyed.
Plus the way he looks, everything is just like, he's the perfect cast character. Dude. Like, he's so good. And I think Jay and Silent Bob in this movie are the best that they have ever been. Like, those two characters got so... They became characters in that movie. Like, in Clerks, they were just these people stealing and selling drugs outside of the shop. Yeah. Whereas here, they're like these two goofy characters that you're getting invested in, and you want to see them succeed with their mission, you know? And... just the side gags and stuff that they do as well. It works so well with everything.
We like, I want you to like destroy the stage or whatever. They were like, we were gonna do that anyway. Just like, why would you be doing that? Why? And
well, got nothing better to do.
And the weird thing is that there's like the legit acting, you know, that they try to do, and then there's these like over the top cartoony type of shit where they're like. Where, like, he's hanging upside down and he does, like, this thing with his eyebrows and then he crashes or, you know, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, and it's just in certain instances, and usually with Jay and Silent Bob involved, like, where it's, like, over-the-top silly. Like, where it just breaks from everything else. But I don't know if I think it's nostalgia here. But it's just, like, I like it. I don't know why. Like, I think it just adds to the goofiness. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. And again, because it's done, like when they do a little bit more of advanced stunts and stuff, that's done so shitty that it just works.
Yeah.
And it's funny, and it's like the scene when they, you know, take the bat thing.
That is garbage.
Exactly.
Oh my God, but we laughed. Like,
they rappel like, from the ground up, but you can see it that it's like sped up, and it's so fucking hilarious. Yeah. It's like this... slapstick, what do you call it? The British thing?
Yeah, but it's slapstick. Yeah.
Anyways, it all works. It all works. Like, the whole movie, it's got, even like, it's not super serious. It's not like dark serious in that way, but it's still like,
it has a serious tone.
Because it is a romantic comedy. Like, at its core, it's a romantic story between these two couples.
Oh, yeah. I think for those of you that haven't seen it but are for some reason still listening, it's basically these two best friends, and they've both been dumped on the same day.
Yeah. And they're just trying to deal with it. And one...
I'm talking... What kind of man are you?
I'm talking comics.
Just I have it in my head. You know, it's so clear. Like that's.
Yeah, me too. I'm in the framing business.
Yeah.
So good.
No, but that's just that thing. Like he gets dumped like by his girlfriend Brody, and he frames it, and like
yeah, and then the friend comes to visit him. And he's
just
also
reading
just been dumped.
Yeah, and then he just says like, yeah, well, I'm in the framing business too. You know, it's just
perfect.
That dialogue there, it's just gold, and it just keeps getting better. And imagine when we say things on the podcast where you're like, oh shit, that's like, is that like, can you joke about that, or can you? No, he's put it into. Kevin Smith just takes that like over the top, like blowjobs or something, and just puts it in a context where you buy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the way they talk about it.
Exactly. It's just funny.
Yeah, it is just like they just instead of just being like, oh yeah, she sucked my dick, you know, like he puts it in a like he makes it in a way
where it's just this normal
where
thing.
It passes, where he just like because
passes. passes gas.
Yeah, because of the context. Yeah, but I don't know. Like Kevin Smith does it in a way that really works.
Yeah,
and they use the word retarded a lot because different times.
I still use that word all the time, and
I do too.
Horribly sorry, but
I'm not sorry. Like
it's
just,
such a good word.
But the thing is, I think it just if you look up what the word started off as and sort of how it was used later, it's different.
Yeah,
and I think also it's a great word, but it's just like words. I think intent carries more to it than
definitely
the word itself, and. I'm not talking about a disease when I do this, or like, I don't care about that.
That would be
like,
retarded.
That would have been no, but it's just like I think the movie, like all in all, was a bit before its time, especially with the gay references. So you hate gay people? Like no. So you love them?
Love them?
Yes. No. Yeah, exactly. It's just like I don't know. Like
Kevin Smith's brother is gay.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why he also had that. Yeah.
His whole life has been like, it's just so normal for him.
Yeah, but I just loved it. Like the balance there as well. And I don't know, man. This movie, like the dialogue just makes me happy. That it is, I think maybe why I love it so much is because that's how my brain thinks. I could be in a conversation and then my brain sort of like, someone keeps talking about the subject, but my brain has moved on to like, like I remember like my ex-girlfriend screaming at me because she was talking about, I don't know, our relationship or something serious. And we were walking there, and then suddenly I saw that there was this gamers magazine called Game Reactor that was a free magazine that you could just pick up when you walked past like a GameStop or, you know, whatever
the fuck. I
fuck.
see where this is going.
Yeah, and she was like, blah, 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 super serious about, you know, the one thing or another. And mid-conversation while she's talking and is being like, I don't remember. I think it was something about us. And I was like, ooh, new, you know, like a new issue of Game Reactor mid-sentence. And I can hear it while it's coming out. I was like, oh shit. But my brain, you know, just like, whoa, like sudden excitement because your conversation sucks and there's a new issue of Game Reactor.
Yeah.
And fuck, I remember the like I took a magazine as well. I was like, and then I remember just like the next hour, just like, you know, like
having
teenagers.
to deal with that.
Yeah. And that's how I'm wired. That movie is a perfect like replication of my brain.
Yeah.
Like it's so on point.
That's it. And it's funny to think about, would it be that way if we'd never seen the movie? Do you think we would be the same people? Because we saw that movie when it was like, you know, the most crucial part of our lives to see stuff like that, when we got influenced a lot by stuff that we saw.
Yeah.
So it came at the perfect time in our lives and sort of, I think, well, at least for me, like made me realize that it's okay to like the geeky, nerdy stuff. because before that,
But I didn't think about it as geeky, nerdy stuff when I grew up.
no,
Like,
but
it
I did
wasn't a
because
thing.
like I got a bit bullied by people because I liked Star Wars and shit like that when I was a kid. And so that was always like, it wasn't something I was bragging about as much as I am now, because now it's okay. But seeing the Kevin Smith movies sort of made me realize that it is okay. And there is other people
That
love
like-
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like Clerks is pretty much all about them talking about
It's
Star
all
Wars,
about-
pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's like, after seeing that, I'm like, holy shit, I'm not alone. Like,
Yeah.
there is more geeks out there, and that made me just accept myself in a way, and then become even geekier, and,
Yeah.
well, more retarded too.
No, dude.
So I don't know if, like, what would have happened to us if we hadn't been influenced by that movie. Is what I want to know.
I have no idea, dude. Because when I see it, I see so much of myself in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the thing he says about, shit, what was it now?
Shock and damage.
No, the thing about it, like, you listen to something I said?
Yeah, exactly.
Half the time I'm just talking out of my ass.
Yeah.
And, like, I've said that. Like, not in those exact words.
But pretty fucking close.
But yeah, exactly. Pretty fucking close. And it's just like the way that he talks and the way that they do things. Like, I don't know if that is intentional or if it's just something that came from watching a lot of movies growing up. But, like, when I was younger, a lot of people were like, it sounds like, is that from a movie? And then, like, no, that's just me saying that. But I think, like, these movies, especially these movies, just made us, because
Made us funnier.
definitely made us funnier. But also, I think as a kid, like what you said before about being influenced, these movies came at the
That
perfect
time, yeah.
fucking opportune time to make, like, to mold us in one way or another. I remember us just watching A-Team, for example, or MacGyver, and then talking like they did, you
Yeah.
know, like, and I think that even when Mallrats and Clerks came out, that they also had that imprint on us. So that would be a
100%.
cool thing to know. Like, when you see that movie, can you hear us in it? You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because that's what I feel like when I watch that movie. I feel like I'm watching us
Yeah,
being younger.
exactly. It was you and me sitting there being stupid. Yeah.
Exactly. You would just sit there, like, on a bench and just
Well, in the mall, too.
In the
Yeah.
mall, yeah, exactly. Like,
Just
a
comment
smaller
on
mall.
people walking by, or talking
Dude,
about movies,
yes,
or
or just
comics, or drawing
nerdy stuff,
Yeah.
or like geeky stuff, or like martial arts, or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
we were talking
yeah.
about in a mall,
Yeah,
like, where you couldn't do any of those things.
because you didn't want to be at home.
You just didn't want to.
No, of course not.
And I just, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's just me seeing the resemblance, but it would be fun for anyone who listens this far.
Yeah,
Can you hear us if you've seen the movie? Or you should watch the movie and then just listen to our show again.
yeah, exactly. It's worth it.
It is
100%.
fucking worth it. Like, even, I think, like, people that grew up in the same era as we did will get the references, but anyone that came sort of like 2000 onwards,
That's the interesting thing.
I would love to know what you think, because something we picked up, like, when we watch movies here, even if we haven't seen them before, we watch them a bit more critically than when we watch them the first time or when we watch alone.
Yeah,
And it would be interesting to see what you guys think, like, who don't have the reference, like the
Exactly.
frame of reference for this movie.
yeah. Like, is it a fun movie? Is it a good movie?
Like,
And
could you enjoy it even though you don't get everything?
exactly. Because, I mean, it's still, they talk a lot about comics, and comics are, like, timeless, So if you have an interest in comics a little bit,
No,
you're
you'll
probably going to
definitely get
enjoy
most of it, yeah.
a bit of the movie. Girls and boys being stupid in love, maybe not in love, being,
Thinking they're in love, at
yeah,
least, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
But it's basically, like, I think what they nail perfectly is, as well, they have no idea what the fuck they want to do with their lives.
Exactly.
Like, it's just
There's not really anything. They don't really talk about it at all.
No.
It's just about what's happening right now.
It's just that
and
they're
dealing
in
with-
that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically just the one day.
Yeah.
And it's not even a full day. Oh no, it is
Yeah, it's kind of
somewhat
a
a
full
full day. Yeah. But it is just perfect.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like this movie is
a day at the mall,
a day at the mall
Yeah.
with two idiots,
pretty much.
and like all the side characters, for some reason, they're perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect is a word I would use for a lot of this movie.
Yeah, and then the budget isn't great, you know,
No.
like, and the acting isn't always great either.
Nope.
But somehow Kevin Smith just makes it work.
Mm.
Like the guy, like, you're fired, and he just like, oh. That is some of the worst acting in this movie, and
Yeah.
it never fucking like breaks the illusion.
Yeah,
that
you
they're
tell him,
building.
Steve Dave.
Steve, that is just brilliant.
You tell him, Steve
I was
Dave.
warned about you.
Which brings us to the best part of this movie. The best cameo in the history
Wow,
of
and
history.
it's such a long, such a returning cameo.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, and I haven't checked this up, but I'm pretty sure this is sort of where Stan Lee started his whole cameo in superhero movies thing.
And this is not a superhero movie.
No, it's a movie talking about superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. But yeah, you have fucking Stan Lee in his prime, pretty much, in this movie. Like, this was before everything got super hyped up into Marvel superstardom.
Oh, yeah, this is way before.
This was just when Stan Lee was known in the world for being the creator of these awesome characters. They weren't movies yet, and they weren't
He was
these...
just Stan the man.
Exactly. And he's so charming, and his acting is on point.
Oh, and dude, yeah,
You don't-
Stan Lee is
He's
friggin'
just,
brilliant.
it feels like him talking,
It just feels like Stan Lee,
Yeah,
basically. I
yeah,
don't know,
pretty much. And I didn't tear up, but almost, because he feels like such a nice guy, and it's so sad when you start remembering that he's passed and all this. But, so if you thought the movie couldn't get any better, you have fucking Stan Lee in it.
In the best cameo of all.
Yeah, I
think.
definitely think so. Apart from Deadpool when he's in the strip joint.
No, I actually like the one in the first Spider-Man with Garfield as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, where he's listening to music.
Oh,
and
yeah, in
he's,
the library.
fixing the library books, yeah, and then the table flies at him, and
So-
it just catches it, and that is one the best scene in that movie. Is the Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah. God. Capricciosa. Yeah. I don't think I have any more
No,
praise to shoot this movie.
I could just keep praising it.
That's
just
all I would
repeating,
do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of bad things about it, but
No,
No.
it's just basically some acting stuff. But
Yeah.
it does. I don't care.
but even the bad acting is it works
just adds to
Yeah.
the movie. Yeah.
because it might just be an awkward person, you know.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's hard to explain how dialogue can sort of hold a movie interesting for 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it's basically just that. There's no visual wows. You're not gonna get impressed by the camera work and
No,
except
no.
maybe the when what's his name, TJ?
Yeah.
Yeah,
CJ.
is it CJ? No,
TJ.
oh whatever. The other guy,
Yeah.
Quinn.
Yeah.
When he gets kicked in the nuts.
Oh yeah.
Best camera work.
Best camera work.
Because you feel the pain.
Yeah.
But other than that, there is no visual wow moments where they they filmed that so great or they did this it's okay. It holds
The way
true.
So the way I saw it now with my analytic eyes is I could see the inspiration from comic books. So there was a lot of shots that, if you just take a still from it and put it into a comic book, it would work perfectly
Okay.
with close-ups of the eyes close up of the tool being used,
Lol.
and then
I see
a
what
wide
you're-
shot of this
Yeah.
thing panning out, and then another close up of this thing. Like
But that's movies as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I
don't
know,
but
but
I
it-
see what you're saying. Yeah.
it just, I don't know. I started thinking about it, and then I couldn't stop seeing it. Like,
Okay,
but it
okay,
didn't
yeah.
take it away from
Not-
it didn't
not
take
at
away
all.
from the movie
Not
at
at all.
all. It just works. But that was not like even another level of coolness to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing that, and then knowing that after this movie that Kevin Smith started writing comics and all of this. Then because he didn't do that before. He nestled his way into DC Comics and started writing.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like I think a lot of the decisions to make some of the stuff they did like look shit,
Yeah.
intentional.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what it felt like, and it
It
works.
probably wasn't. Like they
I
just
don't
didn't
know,
have
I
enough
don't know.
money to do it.
Definitely
you know.
that as well. But I think I just like, I don't know, like maybe it's just seeing it later and like accepting it for what it is. It just is more fun this way.
But it's again like I always say that money ruins.
It does.
Stuff.
It does. And I think what shines through in this movie is that they had fun making it.
Exactly.
And because
They feel like a tight crew. Like even though it's a big cast,
It
like,
is
with a lot of small roles, but they all seem to like have known each other forever, and they all
Yeah.
like. I'm sure they hung out all the time, and like they had a great relationship working in this movie. I'm sure, because it really comes across. If they didn't, it's even more impressive, really. The shitty part about the DVD that I have is that it doesn't have any
Any extra
extended
stuff,
or
yeah.
extra material in it.
I don't think
So,
mine has either.
so I would really like to find a good documentary about the making of this movie, or even because I only have it on DVD. I'm gonna try to find it on Blu-ray if they have like a special edition somewhere. That's my new mission.
Yeah. But I think also Kevin Smith didn't give a fuck back in the day. He just wanted to do his stories.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
so
and
too.
I think he did continue eventually with that type of thinking.
Mm.
And then you can think whatever you want about those movies.
Yeah. But that's the way they were made too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for you; it's for him.
Yeah, it's for him.
Yeah.
And I think like the yoga hosers or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, that was the
one
first
with
one
his
that he
daughter.
really, yeah,
Yeah, with his daughter. And he just made it for
her.
like
Or like,
no,
with-
the
with
kids. Yeah, exactly, with her. But he also said like, as a kid, I would have loved this. As a grown up, maybe not so much in that sense. But he's like, I didn't make it for like the old fans.
No.
I made it for the people that or the girls that are in their like 13, 14th or whatever.
yeah,
he said.
exactly. Like the
And-
demographic that is the girls in the movie.
Yeah.
Like that is the demographic,
The demographic of the movie.
movie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, so it's basically like a horror movie for kids,
Yeah.
like with silly shit.
I actually haven't seen it
I
yet.
have not seen that one, and I am intrigued to see it
Yeah.
just because the weird sausage people and whatever the fuck it was.
I'm pretty sure it's on Prime,
Yeah, probably.
probably.
But it's just like, I don't know, like, but his early work, like, it resonated so well with me. I haven't seen Clerks 2 or Mallrats. I don't know if Mallrats 2 never became a thing,
It
but
never became a thing.
Clerks 2 I know was a thing. I
Yep.
just wasn't at the right headspace to see it.
I need to see that again too.
I saw parts of it, but it feels more like a normal movie than it does a Clerks or like a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
Where it's driven like solely on dialogue.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the chick that is in Daredevil that takes
Rosario
care of
Dawson.
him. Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah.
Clerks too, right?
Yeah, she is. She's
So
like
I didn't
the-
dream that part. Okay,
No.
no.
So it's she's like the main.
Yeah, at the burger joint or whatever the fuck it is that they work at.
Yeah. So like Dante's crush or something.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like that's what everything revolves around. And
Yeah.
speaking of her, some geeky news. She just got announced to be in Mandalorian season 2
Mm-hmm.
as, wait for it, Ahsoka from the Clone Wars.
Is that, which one's that?
That is Anakin's Padawan. So
Oh,
Darth
shit.
Vader's only Padawan. Like before he turned dark, he had this alien chick called Ahsoka
is that
Katano. With the
one
two.
okay, yeah. Then I
like,
was thinking of the right one.
What
yeah.
she got, like
I don't know
blue
what
and
to
white
call-
stripy tentacle
yeah,
hair.
hair,
thing?
yeah.
Anyways,
Cool.
but so if you look at her as the Clone Wars character, if you have that face in mind and then you put Rosario Dawson's face next to it,
Mm-hmm.
they look very similar. And then
Oh.
you have to think that
Yeah.
she's like, well, Mandalorian is after, what is it, in between The Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi,
Mm.
which is like, well, she's older, obviously, and lost her master and all of it. Like, she's not had a good life. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see,
How they tackle it.
first of all, her as an actual live action character, but how they tackle it and how badass she's going to be, or is she going to be like broken and just depressed, or yeah, very interesting, but really big news. And also Mandalorian is coming out in this fall. It's awesome.
Shit, already?
Yeah, that's how far ahead they are with the production.
Because that my main problem with Star Wars is, at least the newer ones, I haven't seen the old ones in a long time now, but it was the like little to no fucks that I give for any of the characters. Like I think what was the first one, the new one?
Force Awakens?
Force Awakens. I really cared for Rey and Finn, and
That movie is great. I love that movie.
and then the second one and the trailer for the third one, I just don't give a fuck. I even like Kylo Ren and sort of like the way that he acted and the reasons behind it and everything. And then the second one, just like, you don't care. I don't care about anyone in that movie.
That's it.
I just want everyone to explode. Like the whole universe could just die. And it's so sad because I really loved there was such a dynamic between the characters in the first one.
Yeah.
And even having like should BB-8 do the thumbs up or the fuck you or whatever the fuck he does. Thumbs up, yeah. Just like even that just added to their like
Everything worked again.
when he talks to the robot.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come on, man, you just
Help me out.
help
you
me
know?
out." Yeah. And
It's so fun.
it's so good.
And cute, you know?
It's so cute, yeah, and it's just that illogical logic that is in that universe.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, I don't.
They took all that,
they
threw
took-
it out the window, and
Yeah.
then it landed in a toilet, and then somebody shat on it.
Mhm.
and then-
they made a movie out of it.
Yeah. And then,
There you go.
the third one.
And the third one I haven't even seen, but I was gonna see it at the cinema, and then I took too long to decide, and then I just like, I really didn't want to see it, and now I feel like I just have to see how it ends,
Yeah.
and
That should be out anytime.
it
now.
is probably out by now.
It's
like-
not out yet, but it should be. I think it's out on Disney Plus. So that's something that I
true,
wanted
'cause
to
the
talk
Joker
about.
probably came out before that one. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Joker just came out. Yeah.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole, again, bringing it back to the corona, but because now you can't go to the cinema anymore.
Yeah.
And the only way to save the movie industry really is to release those movies that are currently in cinemas on demand now. Like,
Because I know that they pulled some movies. Like
yeah, they've moved
all the Marvel movies have been pulled.
not
like the
pulled,
Black
but
Widow.
pushed.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
that's
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Like they've been like the release dates are gone. Like
Yeah.
they
But
pulled them.
also making of movies have been postponed and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, The Rock had a clip where he sent like his workers home from like another Fast and the Furious movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't care.
Fast and the Furious 9. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
God.
And they're I don't know. Like it's not my type of movie.
No. I watched the one with Statham and The Rock. What's it called? Like something in
Seven?
Hobbs. Something.
Oh shit, the in between.
Yeah, with Idris
yeah.
Elba. Like that's fun, but it's a shitty movie. Again, it's one of those. Like it's just so over the top, and
Yeah.
The Rock is not a good actor. Like he can pretend to be as much as he wants, but here it's like I think they got a lot of chance to sort of improvise and do funny lines, and he's not funny. Like it just doesn't land.
But he was so perfect in, was it that, what the fuck is that called? They had a weird translation in Sweden. It was called Welcome to the Jungle, but it's
Yeah.
called something else in
Oh,
English.
yeah.
I never remember the
The
English.
Get Back or the
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
with Sean William Scott.
There you go. Yeah,
That
exactly.
movie is fucking great. I love that movie.
But that works because he's a serious dude and he just has these one-liners, and then you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
Sean William Scott being Sean William Scott,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much, and that dynamic relationship works really well.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing he also stuck to his script in that movie, whereas here it's just like
And I like The Rock. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I
No, he
really
seems like
but
a
I just don't like
cool dude.
those movies.
yeah, it just doesn't work.
Like
but
I s-
Statham is good though. Like, and there's a lot of other
But
stuff that's
Statham
okay.
is
in
the
it.
same character. Like
Yeah.
he's always like, you know what you
But
get
it just
with
works,
Statham. Yeah.
you know.
No, but he is badass. Like he
Yeah.
looks badass. I saw the trailer for the new
Mechanic? No.
not Mechanic, the other one with the driving, the Transporter.
Transporter.
There's a new one with the bad guy from Deadpool.
Oh yeah. That dude. I don't know his name.
Yeah, but it's just
I
like
never saw that one.
No, but the thing is, they just made the same movie exactly with this guy. Like,
Yeah. To just
could you
replace
just
it.
give a twist to it somehow?
like
Like, what, he has a newer car? Like, who cares? Like, it would be fun to, like, if you took it and then you did something different with it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
change
somebody
it up some.
steals the car
And-
and then accidentally has to deliver the thing because the car is going to explode or they're going to die because they get chased by put a different character. If you're going to change it up, then change it up.
Change it up, like,
Why-
a lot.
You
Yeah.
you can't take the same character but with a new actor. Like
Yeah,
it
you
just-
do. Yeah, exactly. You build on the same thing, basically,
Yeah.
without changing anything.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, and then you change the main actor, and
Mm-hmm.
that it's basically like in Transporter 2, there's another actor, and then they go back to Statham on the third one. You know, like that would also be just like, don't do that. Just
No.
fucking change it up, because
Just like Star Wars did. Yeah, pretty much. They just, they fucked everything. Like,
yeah, Star Wars really did that.
But they screwed over the story and kept the characters. They changed
But
up the story.
I told you, what the fuck was the movie I told you? Have you seen the trailer for? It's a horror movie, Candyman.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
The new one.
Yeah, exactly. The old Candyman, there was this guy that they thought, like, raped someone? I don't remember. Like, he did something, and then
pretty
they
sure he
burned
killed.
him.
Yep.
Yeah, he killed someone or something, and he didn't really do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they burned him or some bees and shit. I don't remember. And, he comes back when you say, Candyman, Candyman, Candyman.
Yeah, yeah.
Candyman. And then he comes back and then murders everyone, basically.
Yep.
And in this new one, they're building on that, but he's reading into the lore or something like that. And then, from what I could glean from the trailer, is that he gets possessed somehow by this, and then everything is just like. I kind of like. I like the idea. I'm not like a big horror.
Isn't it made of by Jordan Peele, the
I
guy
have
from
no
Get Out
idea.
and Us?
Maybe, but I really liked the twist. You don't just do Candyman again.
No. Like,
But
how do we
how do
continue
we-
it?
Yeah, exactly,
in a
and that's what
natural
they've done.
progression?
And that's what they've done.
Cool.
It's more like a continuation
Nice.
with a different type of twist to it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, maybe I should watch that. Kind of looks like, I like the idea of where they sort of like how they brought it back without making the same movie again. It's like when they remade The Thing, Kurt Russell,
Oh, yeah.
The Thing. Awesome movie.
Yeah.
The other movies are the same movie. Like
Yeah.
the two remakes after that. I think there's like two of them.
Yeah. There's one prequel and then one sequel.
Yeah. And
Sort of.
you don't care about any of those.
The,
Or I don't.
The prequel was actually done good or like
Was
well.
it?
Yeah, it's
'Cause I
a
remember
lot
it
better
just
than
being-
you remember for
Okay,
sure.
okay.
That said, it's not at all the same.
Okay.
But they tried to do a lot of good things with that movie,
Mm-hmm.
including having mostly practical effects. It was only towards the very end of the
Mm-hmm.
movie where they had to do digital because it couldn't work. But
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else is done as a homage to the first one.
Okay.
And what they did was they explored because the first one with Kurt Russell is it starts out with these Norwegian people hunting a wolf or a dog or something, and the dog escapes into the compound where Kurt Russell and everybody is.
Yeah.
So this explores the Norwegian people that are hunting that, and like what happened to this, like what happened to the dog, or what is the dog?
Yeah,
and
what is it? And
so
why is it there? Yeah.
they discovered the alien, and then that took over their place, and then had to escape, and then took over. So
and
it was a natural thing. So that was also a smart way to like do a sequel, but a prequel. But then it wasn't executed just as well. But story-wise and everything, that's why I can say that I like that one.
Okay, yeah.
And it's worth a watch after knowing that.
Okay, yeah.
But I totally get what you mean, like, because The Thing is one of those classics that's, you know, undying.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years though, but I kind of liked it. You know,
it's one of those movies you shouldn't see in a couple of years too, because now it's more of like you watch it and you're like, oh yeah, that's what movies used to be like, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's no CG, there's nothing like that. But it's the stuff that happens in that movie is so impressive in terms of practical effects. They took practical effects to this whole different level and did things that nobody had ever seen. So if you haven't seen that and you're stuck at home, try getting the director's cut and really seeing as much of that movie as you can.
But
That's
you know what
really,
I love about
really
that
cool.
movie? It set like the way that people were shooting those types of movies after that as well.
Yeah,
you know, like, because if you've seen that one, you've basically seen anything that followed.
Yeah.
Where they were trying to make
interesting.
people like stuck in a room, and like one of us is, you know, like it, and like every movie is basically the same.
You know
after
that The Thing is a remake, right?
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
the first one was made in like the 50s.
Dude,
or something.
super old. Yeah, I don't remember. Like,
But yeah, I haven't seen that one. So
I
I
haven't
don't know.
seen that one either.
Actually, I think I should, because I enjoy those old movies.
No, I don't.
It'd be
mind.
fun to see what sort of came before the genius of that one.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, The Thing it did shit. Like, when it came out,
But it's
it
like
bombed.
a lot of those.
But then, it got picked up as soon as it came out on VHS, and people got to see it on cable.
But it's like the Monster Squad and all of
Exactly.
those movies. Like, they all bombed.
So you should never really judge a movie from what it does at the cinemas.
Yeah.
Because people are, people are sheep. If somebody says it's good, then everybody's going to say it's good. If somebody says it's bad, everybody's going to say it's bad. Like, you just see somebody talking about it on YouTube and they make a good point and you're like, yeah, you're right. It's bad. It's a bad movie.
Yeah.
You don't think about what you actually like about it. Which is why I keep pushing for, like, you need to see these shitty movies because they are fucking awesome. Like,
And
there's always something with
But
it.
it's entertainment. Like, do they entertain you? If yes, it's a good movie.
Exactly.
You know, like, for you.
That's how simple it is, really.
Because it's like, oh, yeah, but it's like plot holes. But did it bother you? No. Then why are you, like, why does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, if it didn't ruin the whole experience, like some movies do, you know, when there's like the dialogue is shit or there are like too many plot holes, you're like, but they said they couldn't do that. And then they do it, you know, like where they just don't stick to their own rules, basically.
Exactly.
And then you get pissed off. But if it entertains you, fucking, you know, like guilty pleasures and stuff like that. Like
Exactly.
they're like Hellboy. The effects are shit.
But
Like,
it's
you know, like
also-
the like when they're in the fire and shit, you're like, wow, this is shit. But all in all, I enjoy it. I enjoy like Ron Perlman's.
It's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie, and I don't care about the effects. You know, like they're secondary to the entertainment that it brings me and the joy that it brings me. Like, I just love that he's in his bunker with the cats and shit, you know, and just like, I don't know. There's something about the practical part of it that I love.
Yeah. But it's funny, just going back to what you said about sort of The Thing and that every movie after The Thing is sort of influenced by it.
Yeah.
It's just interesting seeing, like, what are those movies? And that's where I want to say that sort of Clerks and Mallrats is one of those categories where any type of movie where you have just friends sort of talking throughout a whole movie, that wouldn't be a thing without Kevin Smith. Like, he sort of made that into
But I don't know, did it ever
a legit
like,
thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that caught on as much though.
But nobody could do it as well. Like
But that's what I
Tarantino does
mean.
it in his way,
Yeah, exactly.
but more back in the day than now, I think.
I don't know. I haven't seen the latest one either. Like,
It's like it'd be interesting to see or hear what you think about it, because
yeah, I thought about seeing it.
you're a bit
but,
more critical to movies than I am,
Yeah.
and it is a slow-paced.
No, but like Inglorious Bastards for me, I liked it,
Yeah.
but I just felt that it just ended.
Oh,
Rather,
okay.
like I remember watching it and then suddenly like end credits, and I was like,
Well,
but we didn't finish.
I
You know,
think-
like did he come? Basically that.
well, for me,
I'm
like
that guy in that scenario.
I think you.
What did they come?
It feels like you fell asleep during the climax,
Yeah,
because
no.
for me it was like, oh, like it was a bukkake.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. maybe I
everybody
need- no,
came.
Yeah,
at the
maybe
end
I
of
need
that
to
movie.
rewatch it, and I don't remember. But
You
I
definitely
remember
need to
that
rewatch
was
it.
yeah, because I remember just like, but it's already over. Like
But because that's one of those movies where people started thinking he was a bit slow, slow paced and stuff. And
I don't know. I appreciate the slow pace.
yeah,
though,
me
like,
too. Me too.
Because
Like,
it just
for
like
reals.
does the Kevin Smith thing where you have time to develop your
Mhm.
characters and give them, you know, like purpose rather than just fast pacing through shit.
Yeah.
And like, because that's every movie today.
Mhm.
It's just like so fast that you just like
But that's why I love Hateful Eight as much as I do. And also bringing it back to...
Hatefully, I try to like, but I just
It's
like
a hard one for like people
like,
seem to really not...
I don't know why
enjoy it
like
as
I don't
much.
know why I didn't like it.
because
just-
maybe it is too slow.
No,
Right.
but it's not
And
the
it's not-
pace. I don't
And
know.
they're
Like,
stuck in the same place all the time too. Maybe that does
yeah.
something.
But I just didn't feel that it was smart, like in the way that I feel like the way Django is.
Yeah.
Was it called Django?
Yep. Django Unchained.
Django Unchained. Loved that one.
Mm.
Even though you know where it's going, you love it.
Yeah.
But Hateful Eight, like I knew that they were going to be in the cabin,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't think like the way that it ended was like, you know, like in Django where you feel like ha,
Yeah.
or like in Pulp Fiction, like the end, like whatever you think, like all these movies, like I kind of just like, I don't know, like there is like I like how they end, like all of them, and I just didn't feel like Hateful Eight. I don't know what it was about it that I just like I couldn't connect with any of them. Like not that I need to like them or anything. I just like I didn't find them interesting in any way.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And I loved Kurt Russell. Like
Yeah.
the first time I saw him, I'm like, yes. And
But what I wanted to say about Hateful Eight is bringing it back to Kevin Smith a bit, where you said in Mallrats that it's funny to see, like it's focused in on these two characters talking
Yeah,
about this
yeah.
one thing, but then you have this other character
yeah, basically
thinking about
yeah.
something totally. That's sort of the whole premise of Hateful Eight, because there is always something going around in the background, sort of, and people like because it's shot in such a wide angle as well, like. If you
Yeah.
can, if you ever get the possibility to see it in its 70 millimeter pure, or is it 65? Doesn't matter.
Whatever
it's
it is,
original format. Do that. Like it's just so cool to see that pretty much everybody has to stay in character and do their thing.
Like yeah,
but
yeah.
they're like so far off in the corner that they shouldn't really be in the shot at all.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
looking at Kurt Russell and I don't remember her name, like being, you know, their characters and doing their thing, and it's very intricate and it's like there's so much happening and what they're saying and it's horrible, but you just look over to the side and it's this character continuing what he was doing, and that is a part of the whole thing. Like it's just this big, like a big play.
Yeah.
You know, I love that sort of stuff. That's why I like it so much, because there's so much to look at and rewatching it and, you know, understanding
Yeah.
more and more.
And I think
Yeah.
sometimes with these movies as well is that you put like, for example, like I had so like my expectations of Tarantino movies were so high back in the day. Were so high that anything he put out, I almost had to like wait a bit
Oh, yeah.
and then watch them. or like watch them once and then wait a long while and then go back and watch them, and I was like, oh, they're brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, like, because sometimes, like the first Spider-Man with Tom Holland, my expectations were so high that the second time I saw it was way better
Yeah. Same
than
here.
the first one I saw. Because I was like, oh, it's just local Spider-Man? Like
Yeah.
neighborhood Spider-Man?
Yeah.
It's not like the trailer said that he was going to, like, epic Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, so the second time I saw it, although it was in the same day with you at Rigolata, it was better.
Yeah.
It was better because it reeled back my expectations. And then on the second screening, it was better.
It was because it was with me.
Of course it was.
I make every situation better.
Better. With your positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I have
I just bought
nothing-
it.
Yeah,
That movie.
it is a great movie.
I already had it, but now I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, bruh.
I felt ashamed only having it digitally. Yeah.
Nah, but
No.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've talked a lot about a lot of
Yes.
stuff. So,
Did we have any homework for next week?
yes, shocking. No, I have
No.
nothing.
No. I think we'll save homework for a week.
Yeah,
Have you
Oh
guys
yeah,
just
because you guys have to
enjoy-
do the challenge.
Exactly. You have drawings to do, and you have like a billion shows and movies to watch.
So no pressure, but you
No
gotta
pressure.
watch all of them and draw the challenge
Yes. And also comment on everything that we've just
that we
told
just
you to
told
comment.
you to comment on.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna happen for all of you too. So who's left at the end? Thomas is left.
Yeah, probably.
And-
Wake up, Thomas.
Wake up, Thomas.
Yeah. You
Pay
kid.
attention, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Don't look at the kid on the escalator again. And then Ubalancerad.
Yeah.
You're definitely listening. You two guys, you're left. And we told you last time to tell us if you're listening this far.
And nobody did
And nobody did because we released it
today.
But this episode went, like, it had more than, like, downloads than the previous episode has. Like the previous episode, this episode has already, like, the one we released today has already more than half of that episode.
All right.
So we'll see where this goes.
So people have been waiting for us to release something now, maybe.
Maybe, but we've been releasing every Monday, so I don't know.
Yeah, but now people are at home and bored. So
Maybe that's
bored
it.
enough to listen to us.
Listen to us.
Yeah. That's the goal. Like, that's what we've been trying
Yeah.
to do this whole time.
So
Just
spread the
wear you
word.
down. Just waiting until there's not anything left to watch.
You know who made the virus? The Sketchbook heroes.
Sketchbook virus.
Gonna keep you indoors.
Sketchbook virus.
Making your ears bleed. And I don't know.
It probably happens. But yeah, so with that said, enjoy quarantine, people.
Exactly.
Remember to stock up on alcohol, drugs, and good movies.
Yeah, so keep moving forward or you risk the...
Yeah. What is it? The risk of shock and damage. Donk. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, with that said, I am pushing the button.
Bye then. Pushing. Push it real good.
Just waiting for the song to build up. And here comes the outro.
They love